Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by MeUndies. Think of your underwear. It's the first and last thing you put on every day. You probably spend about 90% of your life in underwear, so don't you think you owe it to yourself to make sure you're wearing the softest undies in town? That's why I only wear MeUndies. I've talked about them extensively. It's the only underwear I own. They're awesome, super comfortable, great fit, great patterns, really cool styles. The undies are so soft, they make Bob Ross's voice sound like Gilbert Gottfried. They're so soft that Kenny G thinks about them to get inspired to write his next song. MeUndies uses the coveted micro-modal fabric, which is a full 3 times softer than cotton, so take that, big cotton. And not only will you feel like your loins are being hugged by joy itself, but MeUndies gives you multiple style options for both men and women. Men can now try the new Boxer Brief with Fly, which is the same great cut as Boxer Brief, but now with an added option for guys who prefer to go through the gate versus over the fence. I just tried some out, actually, very recently. It's nice. MeUndies is the go-to for the softest loungewear on this side of the Rio Grande, so hang out in their super comfy lounge pants and onesies. Yes, you heard me right. MeUndies makes onesies, and they're incredible. So to get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/roosterteeth. That's MeUndies.com/roosterteeth. Big thank you to MeUndies for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast. Speaking of the podcast, you know this week is the steak off, so let's go check out some steaks.
Everybody, welcome to this very special edition of the Rooster Teeth podcast, brought to you by
MeUndies, Stamps.com, and Full Sale.
Thank you. Where are the logos? Where are the logos?
No logos.
Put that knife down.
I'm Gus.
What are they paying for?
And I'm Gus.
Gavin.
Ah, Bertie.
And Gus.
You already did. That's 3 Gus's. You know, 3 Gus's.
Gus.
I'm hungry enough to eat 3 steaks.
All right.
Hungary.
I want to know as soon as possible if the wind is too much, and then Gus and I will go inside while they cook the steaks.
I don't
So,
see
Eric,
any wind.
It's fairly windy
literally
out.
the
I know what
windiest
happened,
day.
what you're thinking about. After we finished cooking, we went inside while they ate the steaks out here, and then they came in.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Okay.
We
We're going to
to
reenact
we're trying to
Game
what
of
we did last year.
Thrones.
You weren't here for judging?
No, we went inside so y'all could talk
Listen,
about it.
I don't know that
Oh.
steak off night has like
Okay.
some kind of ceremony
Why aren't y'all
that's part of the
cooking?
ritual.
Should we be cooking now?
Yes!
All right, so here's the deal.
Where's the
Change up
meat?
this year. Since I'm the 2-time reigning champion, we thought it would be
Disputed.
really rude if Gus lost 3 times in a row.
I just didn't want to cook anymore.
See, losers get to interrupt. So Gavin and Barbara are going to be cooking the steaks
Yep,
tonight.
yep.
Do you want to give us a little bit of? Ooh, look at that.
What do y'all?
That meat. Catch your meat before I cook it. Oh!
In the sun.
Look at that.
What is it?
No, this blocked out the sun. It's like I can literally shade my entire face with the size of the steaks. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is solid. I'll get my mic here by it.
I don't think you have to get your mic that close. to that one.
The higher
what
it
do we
goes, the better it tastes. Send it back.
We got 3.6 pounds of. I'm reading it.
Go
I'm
overhand.
fucking, I'm
Go
fucking
overhand.
reading it. Top sirloin steak, prime boneless. I thought you were gonna pick it out of my arm when I
No,
did that.
I was anxious to
lads.
throw, but I would not.
Barbara, what are you
interrupt
working with?
bro.
I know I'm cooking on this year's steak off, and I was prepared for it, but you guys didn't specify in the rules that I couldn't use a champion for my steak.
Yeah, we did. We said Barbara and Gavin are cooking. We
Yeah, but-
literally said like that's the only thing we specified.
But I've elected a champion.
Where the
Miss
steak?
Mariel Salcedo is
Here,
going to be
please.
cooking my steak.
We're already cooking, baby.
Mario, what-
Oh, really? So you brought in a ringer?
I did bring in a ringer.
Bullshit! Bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Sorry,
bullshit.
test early.
It
Gavin.
violates the spirit of the steak off. Mariel, what are you working with?
We're a
All
team.
right. I figured out my mic on. We got some ribeyes
that.
for you guys, some prime ribeyes. We're sous videing them for about an hour or so.
An hour. When did you start the sous vide?
Very important stuff.
About 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
we're ready.
We'll be ready.
Yeah,
I'm making sure. I don't know. That's what the viewers are wondering.
You only really
guys-
have to cook the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Truly,
You
yeah.
could eat it raw if you want.
It's about, we got some coarse, oh God, there's seasoning everywhere.
Too much wind. Try to get this on there. It doesn't go anywhere
Oh
near
my
it.
God, Gavin.
And we've got Gavin.
One of you sounds like you're taking it way more seriously than the other. I'm not going to give away who I think is
No,
taking it
I
more
think
seriously.
I think we're both taking it pretty seriously.
Gav, what's the,
I don't wanna
what's the
touch the
temperature on
gross
that
meat.
grill?
Oh, it's 2 of them, Gavin.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
What,
God.
bam! Get that one on there. Oh, this one
The
needs all
paper,
the same,
Gavin, the paper.
same sort of gubs. That's going real good.
Oh my God.
Gavin, you got Worcestershire right there. And you're
Oh,
not just-
dude! Well, they're not going to be even now.
Oh.
Put it on the grill.
I'm gonna go check on my steak.
Hey!
Paper the paper.
Oh, there's paper on it.
I just want to say for the record, Gus,
What?
on a preliminary
There you go.
basis, Barb Merle,
Yes.
or whatever this team is called,
It's
Barb Merle have picked my favorite way of preparing steak and
Good job,
also
good
my
job.
favorite cut of steak.
I'm normally not a sous vide fan. I think it's cheating, but the ribeye is my favorite.
Why is
Ribeye.
it cheating?
It's not grilling. It's not grilling.
It's not the grill off. It's the steak off.
Steak off.
Who says it has to be grilled? There you go.
All right.
I see we have a cast iron pan out here.
I like how particular you're being about that rule and not about the rule of having someone else.
There
cook
was
for
no
you.
rule.
The rule was Barbara and Gavin cook.
Yeah, but you didn't say we couldn't have a teammate.
She's still cooking. I'm just
Look,
here.
I'm cooking.
We
Look
live in
at
the
me.
post Game of Thrones world now.
Yeah.
Rules go out the window. Fuck it.
Exactly.
Just go where you need to
She's
go.
my Oberyn.
If you're cooking, what cut of meat do you have, Barbara?
Ribeye.
What's the temperature on the sous vide that you're doing?
129.
Oh, look at
Ooh,
you.
she
Oh,
already
you chose
knew it.
129, huh?
Sure did.
What,
Because
what seasonings did you put on that with that sous vide?
we put
Kosher salt.
kosher salt because I'm Jewish. And fresh black pepper and garlic.
There you go. It's classic.
And butter. There's some butter in there I saw as well.
Yeah.
That was
that's
the garlic.
Oh, that's the garlic in it. I was
Yes.
wondering why it hadn't melted. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You know why it's called kosher salt, Barb?
Nope.
I don't know if the salt itself is kosher. I think it's used in kosher preparation.
I believe you are correct.
Okay. I totally knew that.
Yeah.
But kosher salt is like.
I'm also wearing
It's massive.
sunglasses that I
It's
stole
super
from
thick,
Bernie
yeah.
about a year ago.
There you go.
Because
All right.
Bernie is the reigning champion. I thought if we had his sunglasses, they would provide us.
So
with
she
some-
stole my glasses a year
some
ago,
luck.
apparently.
Have you
Are
ever
those
seen
actually
the
Bernie?
comparison between how much salt you get if you, like, let's say you would get a cup of regular salt and a
When
cup
do
of
you add the
kosher salt,
pepper?
just side by side, and if you were to weigh the two independently, the kosher salt weighs way less because it's so grainy, it takes up so much more volume. So it's like if a recipe ever calls for kosher salt and not regular salt, definitely use kosher salt, otherwise you're oversalting
Or
whatever it is you're
use
cooking.
less. I find that's like one of the weird things is like I see Gavin has a pepper grinder.
Yeah.
On the side of the grill there.
I've got that same one at home.
Are
Pepper.
you
Not
putting
that-
that directly
that-
on it?
Grab that plastic.
Get it ready.
before it goes away.
Ah.
Oh. So peppers I find like all over the
Gonna do a
place.
couple
Like
flips.
I wanted coarse ground pepper to make my steaks at home with, but then I got just normal pepper that I remember like the old McCormick stuff
Yeah,
that comes in the
like
little
the
metal
pre-ground
can.
stuff, yeah.
Dude, that stuff's like the finest powder imaginable. I just want pepper. That's just like at the restaurant when you put pepper, it's like little flakes.
You know, what
they're
it's
not
like-
massive, but they're not this little
What do you have
dust.
against the grinder?
Your steak's gonna be raw.
I have grinders at home. I don't have like the disposable ones. I just have like a grinder. I don't know. It's just like it's hit or miss.
Let me
man.
flip
I like the
first.
grinder because I feel like you're cracking the pepper fresh. And with most of them, I don't know about this one, most of them you can set the
like
level
an
of
hour.
grind and how much, how coarse you want your pepper.
Does that matter though? Like they also make salt grinders as well. Is it fresher if
What?
you're?
If you're grinding it at
I mean, it's like that's the old joke. Like there's salt that's like 250 million years old, and it expires next month when you get it because they have to put an expiration date on food. But it's always silly to me. It's like, yeah, this was around for 250 million years, but yeah, eat it really quickly.
Well, I think the coarseness of the fresh aspect of the pepper does help, but yeah, you're right. With salt, I don't think it matters. I think it's just the different applications. You know, like Mariel's doing with the steak in there. You want
Barbara.
That Barbara's doing with the steak in there.
I'm doing
You
it
want a
first.
coarser salt on the outside to help like kind of extract a lot of the juices as you rest the steak.
Man, everything I've ever read. The other thing I like from sous vide, there's a great YouTube video out there
he's 100% good.
that teaches you how to do a reverse sear steak, where you'll know you're watching the right one because in the first 2 minutes he says it's time to flip the script on making a steak, and he says in that thing, use more salt than you think you're gonna need.
Absolutely.
Which is absolutely true, especially with sous vide. Because for lack of a better term, it gets a little sweaty.
Yeah.
So you're gonna lose some of that.
Also, you know, when you put the salt on, when you're letting your steak rest before you cook it, a lot of it falls off.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, that's just inevitable. So you got to put way more. It's going to look almost like you're crusting it. What the fuck are you eating, Barbara?
Get fries?
No?
You bring other food with you?
They're steak and frites. Get us some frites?
Hey!
Okay.
Don't you be looking over here.
What's she
I thought they
eating?
could look last year. Why can't we look?
We did look last year.
Oh, you want to take a peek?
Do you want the big? Do you have like a?
Hey
Well-
guys, come take a peek.
Please take a look.
Do you? What were the things that
Let's
Rhett,
get-
Rhett and Link brought? What was
Let's
it called?
wait. Hold there. I want to just get Gus's reaction.
Cloches?
Yeah, we go,
Close.
shing.
The cloche?
Wow.
That's,
What's that?
what's that?
Nope.
What do you mean? You can only speak.
That was more than a peek.
There were two things in there that I have a big question about, besides the steaks.
So I still feel like I'm competing with Gus, even though we're just eating. Like I have to be a better
Are
eater.
you competing to judge?
Yes.
Like who's the better judge of
Everything's
the
a
steaks?
competition. I need a judge for the judges. All right, let's see what you got here.
Bernie's gonna win something one day.
All right.
In 21 years.
All right, here we go.
He won twice last year, didn't he?
Contested.
I always believed in you. Yep. Hopefully I'll continue to believe in you. It looks like a steak. Looks good. Which one's Gus's? That's Gus's right there, right? Put a little. There. Is this mine? Okay, mine's rare, so put a little bit of Red Bull in there. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that sizzle.
Coursing with energy.
That's the dextroglycerin,
520.
the hydrochloric peroxide.
This podcast is not brought to you by Red Bull. Does anyone do like a Red Bull marinade? Is that a thing?
They should.
Can I get xanthan gum just on its own? Can you get that, Eric? Can you get us like an industrial, like 5 pounds of xanthan gum? I just want to see what that's like.
I bet
It's in everything.
I bet it's a powder.
See, here's the thing. I feel like Gavin still gets points because he's actually
I'm gonna
putting
see.
in the effort.
I'm gonna see how Barber's is going.
Yes, please do. Gus, come check mine out.
I'm looking.
Ooh,
Actually,
that's good.
Just wait.
so in addition to the wind playing hell with the audio, and are you guys keeping up with the comments? They're okay?
We're okay? Okay, cool.
Wind is actually really hard on grilling
Terrible.
and smoking stuff.
Terrible.
Because it wicks away so much heat, especially when you're cooking something like a steak where you want to get really high temperatures. It is hard to get a grill, especially a propane grill, over like 300, 350 degrees. And you want to get it up, in my opinion, a grill, you want to get it to like 500 if you can.
If you're doing a sous vide.
Just to me, if you're grilling, you know, I just
I feel like if you're using the grill to finish, you want like a 500. But if you're using the grill for the entire cook, you don't want it that high.
I do, man. Because I don't want to cook the middle. I want the middle to be like blue.
Yeah.
That's the way I like
rarer
it.
the better.
Yeah, right?
Normally, what I'll do at home is I'll crank the heat to about 600, put the steaks on, then immediately drop it to about 350. That way they get that initial sear and then slowly cook, but the middle doesn't burn up.
Would you
Fair
like
play.
another beer, Gus?
I'm okay, thank you though.
Bernie, would you like a drink?
Well, I would love one, Barbara.
What would
Thank you
you
for
like?
asking. I didn't expect this level of
Yes.
corruption.
While our chef prepares our meal, I would love to get you guys a beverage.
Nah, I'm good.
Would you like any appetizers from the kitchen? Maybe some
Appetizers?
some goldfish.
Ooh, like those oatmeal cream pies.
Oatmeal cream pies.
Do you have any xanthan gum?
Maybe some Lay's potato chips.
Only the finest steakhouses serve Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, as I recall. And if you cut into quarters, that'd be great.
You got it.
Oh, excuse me.
What's a good appetizer?
Hey, Jordan.
A good appetizer, like if you're eating a steak?
Yeah.
Normally I start with a salad. I'm pretty traditional with that.
What kind of salad?
Wedge.
Wedge salad.
Gotta have a wedge salad.
Wedge salad's like just like a quarter of a head of iceberg lettuce.
About Waldorf.
With is that like walnuts in that?
Yeah, or
Celery, apples, walnuts,
Too
grapes.
much. Too much.
Nah, man. Classic wedge salad.
Gotta have
Blue
a wedge
cheese
salad.
dressing, bacon crumbles on it.
Cherry tomato.
The average steak dinner is like what? About 3,000 calories if you go to a steakhouse.
I thought you were going to say
right?
dollars.
No, 3,000 calories. It's got to be.
Well, the steak has so many calories in it already. Then I'm sure they put butter all over it.
You're not a super healthy individual, Gavin, but do you count calories or do you do the kilo-cal stuff?
No, you know what, though? I used to always get the chocolate chip cookie shake at the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah?
Ever since they put on that it was 1,050 calories, I don't get it anymore.
Right.
It's like half a day of food.
It's really good, though.
In liquid form. I don't know, if you're drinking 1,000 calories, it seems like worse than just eating 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
Because it goes down so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a thing this weekend where we're working on a project. I'm doing a thing we haven't talked about yet, and I'm trying to like just shed some weight. And I got on the scale Friday, got on the scale Monday. I had somehow gained 6 pounds over the weekend. 6 fucking pounds! How is that possible?
It's probably you ate too much. Yeah, you ate a lot.
Yeah, so John said I could very weigh 5 pounds. Literally over the course of the day, I got so mad at myself, I just drank a bunch of water and pissed a bunch. No offense. And then I had dropped. I'm back down like 3 or 4 pounds from that.
So you're saying it was like sediment in your bladder?
Who the fuck
Yeah.
knows, dude? Who knows?
Normally, if I weigh myself, I try to always do it at the same time of day.
Dude, I was doing that.
Okay,
It's
there
like,
you go.
Get
That's
up,
the answer John
get up
was
in the
saying, it
morning.
varies.
Yeah, it's just frustrating, dude. It's like, what's going on?
It can all depend on like what you ate last, when you eat last, how you sleep. It's all different.
Yeah, actually, it's like it would take me literally like 4 or 5 months to change 6 pounds in weight, like with effort. Because she's trying, with the baby, she's trying to pack on pounds now. So she's like working her ass off trying to get the
Tell her to
calories
get some
in.
milkshakes at the draft house.
That's a good idea. Take her down and get her to the.
Easy way to do it.
What milkshake was it, Gav? The chocolate chip milkshake?
Yeah, dude.
They don't fuck around though. They make a real
It's so
cream
good.
milkshake, and then they just like Basically take a whole candy bar and crunch it in there.
The milkshakes there are so good.
It's like one of those waffle cone places, but there's no cone. You're just drinking straight out of it.
This weekend, or the other day, I started sleeping. You were talking about getting good sleep. I started sleeping with a CPAP machine.
Yeah, why are you putting that out there on social media that you got a CPAP?
Why not? Why wouldn't I?
Because it's like such a
Well,
weird,
it
like.
smells good.
Because we talked before about me having apnea on the podcast.
But look, the results seems like they're good.
Yeah, it's great. I never realized that I wasn't getting good sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
So now I think maybe I should get a
See,
CPAP.
it's like I'm getting more sleep without having to sleep more. Does that make sense?
Right.
More restful sleep without having to sleep longer.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What is this big honking thing that sits on your face and pushes air at you?
Yeah, you can pretend like you're an Independence Day. You're like Harry Connick Jr.
Can you have sex with it on?
Gentlemen, some appetizers.
What is this?
Gentlemen,
Oh, look at this.
we got some Nutri-Grain bar.
Oh, bullshit!
Some of that almond butter biscuit, a Milano cookie, and a Rice Krispie treat. Enjoy.
I can't compete with this shit.
No, you can't.
Pretty
got
sure
less
you can
free-
easily
I
compete with
think I ordered
this.
the oatmeal cream pie.
Yes, yes.
My friend ordered the oatmeal cream
No,
pie.
no, it's fine. This is fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry, but we're out of the oatmeal cream pie. I'll be sure to let our kitchen manager, Devin, know.
I was just complaining about the fact that I gained 6 pounds over the weekend. Here's a plate of carbs for you. Carbs and sugar. Would anyone like to join in here, please?
steak?
This is a community effort.
Appetizers?
Oh, nice.
Can you
This
tell
is
me
a
about the
French fry
Oh,
reduction.
wait.
It's a deconstructed French fry.
This.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
None for me. No.
Some tomato puree.
yeah, ooh.
Cold.
Cold and floppy.
Hey, Bernie, you know what I just noticed?
What's that?
I think in the last 2 years we made everything.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We made like all the sides and everything like
Yeah.
that. Any sides tonight, or are we looking at it?
I think we're looking at it.
I
Take this one too. Thank you.
slaved over
Oh, I got on my Milano
wrappers
cookie. Got a little
for
ketchup.
these. Slaved
Oh.
over a counter with a knife.
How
and
is
some
there no
wrappers.
trash can?
I made a mess in the kitchen for you.
Anyway,
That's the good
so about
food.
the CPAP, I've never had a tweet that has had more people text me or DM me to ask me questions about it.
Yeah, because people are serious about their sleep.
I think a lot of people don't know someone who uses it or who's willing to talk about it. That's one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it. Is a lot of people reached out to me asking how I got it or how it affects things.
Which the doctor prescribed it. Right?
Doctor prescribed it. It makes a huge difference. Unbelievable.
Looks good.
So it's just like you're sleeping. You have this mask on. Does it go over just your nose or your whole mouth?
Nose and mouth.
So if it turns off in the night, you die.
No, I mean you can still breathe. It's not airtight. But yeah,
You're underwater.
it just pushes air into you.
That's it.
That's it. It just increased pressure.
Why can't I just turn a fan on and point it at my face?
Well, I mean, it's like it does make a little bit of a seal and just pushes it in.
Is it dynamic? Like it can tell when your breathing changes and
Yeah.
then it gives you more air or something?
Well, when I'm inhaling, it puts more in. Then until when I'm exhaling, it stops and lets me exhale.
And then how does this manifest itself like that you have better sleep? You just wake up and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I can wake up before my alarm. I don't feel like shit.
That's my
and-
other
and-
superpower.
I can't fall asleep in 5 minutes anymore.
Oh, you really can't? Because you have a fucking Darth Vader
Because
mask
now I'm
on.
actually sleeping. That's what I realized. I was
'Cause
able
you're
to
not
do it
tired.
before. Right, I was tired constantly before. I'm not tired anymore.
Oh, really? I like falling asleep whenever.
I want to get one of those things.
It's great. I highly
Can you
recommend
get
it.
one if
Hey.
you don't have apnea?
Here's a great idea.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Because I gave him like 8 months ago, I gave him a bed jet.
You gave it to me in winter.
What's a bed?
Now is when I should be using it.
Bart,
doesn't
are
matter.
you using it?
I'm about to put it in.
Oh, fuck you with this. About to put it in. You'll get the CPAP, it'll sit in your closet for months. So there's this thing, I got a ridiculous item
What's that?
I saw called a bed jet. And Ashley's always super, super hot or cold in bed, and
Yeah.
I'm always super hot. So I'm like, fuck this. And I can only sleep outside the sheets and everything.
There we
So I found this thing called the bed jet. It sits under, it looks like a medical device. It sits under the bed, and there's a hose that comes out, and then you have a special comforter. Okay? And then
So it blows into the comforter?
it blows into the comforter, and then the air comes out the bottom of it. So it's like a little, like, you know, like you make like a tent with sheets when you're
Yeah.
a kid with a fan and the sheets? It's like that, but it's the adult
You guys
version
have
of that.
two different comforters?
So no, it's there's a seam down the middle of the bed. So I got the dual zone, which was a little bit more, but it was like cost effective. Like, it was enough to where it was like wasn't like double the cost of it. Turns out the dual zone, they just give you two of the fucking things. So I said, Gavin, here, take this, because you're dealing with the same thing with Meg, where
Yeah.
she's always
Is she
like
cold or hot?
I'm
cold.
cold.
Yeah.
I'm like cold to the touch.
Yeah.
So you're cold. So use it in winter and heat yourself up. It's
No,
got
I'm not
heat and it's
actually.
got-
I'm not actually cold.
Right.
I'm just cold.
Feel cold.
So you can.
Your
So why
circulation.
not put the heat?
She
bake
gets
yourself?
she gets hot. But the thing is, I just thought I would be at least 31 before I had a hose coming out of my bed.
It is a hose.
And I'm only 30. So.
It is.
Aren't you 31 in like 2 days?
Yeah, that's what I'm putting in.
It
You really had a plan
That's
for your
the
birth-
limit.
It literally takes about a minute and a half to set up. That's about it. There's a whole Bluetooth
Doesn't it have
thing.
to go
and I'm like,
under the bed?
if you want to like keep it where you don't see
My
it, you can
problem
just put it
is
at the foot of the bed.
When I sleep,
Test it.
I hold the comforter and I pull it with me when I turn.
Next, you're a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you the same way in bed where it's like the bed is this big and your space is this much and
Trevor
your
is
guy?
that much.
I don't know why I'm avoiding saying his name.
My
Trevor.
guy.
Trevor gets like a sliver. I get like a sliver of the bed.
We are pretty good at sharing, but I'm still a comforter hog.
do
You should
get
have
the
a
thing-
secret pull-out extra bed that you can roll onto if you need to.
Like
Oh,
an
we do
emergency
the
bed?
secret pullout all the time.
Great. You washed your hands, right?
Yes.
The thing now in my bed is, and this goes even back to Joe the cat, is
What we learned.
now it's the bed. Half
Yeah.
the bed is mush. Then Ashley.
Bush isn't that big.
And then no, but he gets half the fucking bed.
Why?
Because he's all sprawled out.
Fuck that.
looking?
Fuck that cat.
I agree.
Put him on the floor.
I agree. And I'm like this
You mean
in the
help you?
corner.
You paid for that bed.
Here's what you do. You get
You paid for anything.
Ashley starts creeping over, turn the bed jet. She fucks off to her side.
Does the bed jet also freak Mush out? Does he not like the noise?
No, they're okay.
Oh.
They're okay with it.
That's a hot knife.
We had a really nice moment the other day where it was on the weekend, Ashley was sleeping and she had mush on her belly basically.
Yeah.
And Mush was purring away, and then the purring of the cat, the baby was kicking like crazy. Because it was like, the baby's at a point where he can hear.
Baby's trying to sleep. Dumb cat's keeping it awake.
Probably so. Probably someone's gonna like
On this.
write to me and tell me how that's horrible for child development or something like that. For sure. I've never had a Milano melt. This melted it.
It's good. I can
Yeah.
never go back.
Have any ketchup on it?
A little bit. A little bit. It's like a Canadian cookie at that point. They have those ketchup tomato.
Canadian cookie?
They have those ketchup potato chips.
Yeah.
They love those in Canada.
What was
It's
that
not a
thing we
cookie,
had
though.
in Sweden?
Well, you don't put ketchup on potato chips either.
Yeah, but you said cookie.
I know. I'm saying if like they like it on potato chips, maybe they'll
I got
put
you.
it on a fucking
I
cookie.
misunderstood. I see you now.
Ketchup cookies seems like something they'd have in fucking Canada. They're godless.
Tim Hortons.
So, I'm sure if a lot of people want to talk about Game of Thrones, we're gonna do the same thing we've done in the past.
End of the podcast.
End of the podcast, we'll talk about Game of Thrones. Bottom line,
I can't wait for
Looking
next
good.
episode. I'm so excited to see where they go.
I'm never gonna watch it again. Bottom line is, we all really loved the episode. Thought it was a tremendous ending to a noble
Any
series.
plates?
I got you.
We'll talk about it at the end of the episode.
I'm gonna borrow a plate.
Really?
He's just about ready.
Oh, really?
Everything's so hot.
I gave you an oven mitt.
I know. Why am I not wearing it?
How did that thing get up?
About 400.
Where'd you get the meat that you got, Mr. Gabo?
It was on the table when I arrived.
I think they got it at the grocery store right next door.
So who chose the steak, Eric? You chose the cut?
My associate producer Christian.
Christian.
Is
Right, garnish.
Yeah.
Chris, you're the
Christian.
guy that gets East Side Pie.
Christian's behind the camera right here.
We needed something to deliver today.
Over Home Slice. Shameful.
Home Slice doesn't deliver.
I see some good things going on over there.
I see something
That
that's
looks
really concerning
great.
me, though.
No. This is flair.
He's genius.
This is Gavin showing how he's a man of the people. Like he's taking something.
When I think of the people, I think of what I'm seeing over there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's like, this is a street steak. Although I don't know if that's a good word.
It's windy. Be careful with that.
It's a bit clingy.
Dude, I saw a video online. It looked like, I don't know where it was. It looked like it was in Mexico somewhere that someone was celebrating. They were playing a drum. And another person comes up and starts pouring liquid in there. Turns out it's gasoline. While the person's drumming on like a snare
Yeah.
drum. A lot of vibrations. Then they light it. By that point, the,
It's everywhere.
the gas
Yeah.
is like in droplet form in the air. It lights like 5 people on fire.
No.
And they all go running. And this old dude this old Mexican dude in a cowboy hat is like running around like beating people, like trying to put them out, you know? He's like the one smart guy in the group.
There was a.
About ready.
Don't use gasoline.
Don't. No.
Use diesel. If you're gonna do something like that, use diesel. Like if you're gonna light a fire and you've gotta use some kind of fuel source in order to do it,
Diesel doesn't explode.
diesel doesn't explode.
Other plate.
Gasoline, 100% of the time it'll explode on you.
There was that horrible tragedy in Mexico a couple of months ago where there was a pipeline that was leaking and people were stealing gasoline from it, and then it ignited.
That would look horrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Well, they were stealing gas while smoking.
Right, and I started watching the video, and then the pipeline explodes, and I was like, I don't know why I watched this.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what I expected.
I was just gonna end.
Right, it's like, I definitely 100% should not have watched that video.
This wasn't the
God.
happy looting story that I showed up for. This ended tragically.
Man, that was awful.
Where
Gasoline.
did the other one go?
Gasoline's
Did I lose it?
Gasoline's
Super bad.
terrible stuff.
Did you take it?
So I got a weird problem going on here.
I was looking for all the gubbins.
This is, my iPhone is now hanging by a thread. I am like, this is my
Oh, it's
last
underneath.
stand as an Apple person.
You know what's coming out soon, though?
You know what happened?
It's gonna hook you.
No, this is, what's the reason why I've kept an iPhone this entire time? What have I always said?
The ecosystem. You're in the computer now?
I'm in the ecosystem, but what in particular? What part of the
like,
apps?
like the digital purchases, music, movies.
Nope, I'm out of all that. It's all iMessage for me. All my friends on iMessage. For some reason, my iMessage on my iPhone has decided, nah, you don't have that anymore.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It just, I can't send iMessages to anybody.
You iMessaged me earlier today.
Did I really? What did I say?
You said, welcome to last week, asshole, or something like
Oh,
that.
I did that from my iPad. I did that from my iPad.
You said, welcome to last fucking week.
Hey, steak's on.
Oh, right. Oh, Gavin!
Dins?
Is this the Red Bull one?
Yeah, that's the Red
Okay.
Bull one.
I want to make sure.
Thank you.
That one, sort of, this part flopped off, so probably not cooked in there.
The best part about this is two firsts for me. A, I've never had Gavin make anything for me. And B, I've never had food poisoning. So I'm looking forward to both of these.
Gavin, can you describe the steak, please?
What it is, right? It's a steak. It's a ribeye, yeah.
No, it's not a ribeye.
It's the meat steak that was there earlier.
Definitely not a ribeye.
And then this is sort of the lettuce and amazingly special sauce and some bread on top.
Some cheese.
You got
drizzle.
about 4 pounds of meat before you get to the bun, just so you know.
But pay special attention to this part.
Oh, there's
'cause
cheese
that's
on
the
this.
part of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I hope you're getting it too. Are you getting it?
I've got.
Never see that. We got a special part right there.
I'm trying to. Yeah, you want to be looking for this part. Are you getting that?
Oh!
Because that's inside.
I see.
Oh, yours is there. Yours is
I see
there.
it. I see it. All right, can I get another napkin? This thing is
I
delightful.
think we're gonna need like a roll of napkins. Oh,
This is. My first impressions are this is excellent. Thank you. What a coincidence that we happen to have individual served brown napkins. What was the likelihood of that? Hey, Eric, I see you fucking eating fries. Handful of fries. You just snuck a handful of fries.
Don't worry about it.
Eating on the job.
I gave you each a fry because I don't want it to take away from the.
All right, so you're saying I should go off to the side here?
Yeah.
Well,
The steak-
Gavin, bun integrity is a thing here.
Yeah.
the steak tastes better than I expected.
Yeah, it tastes like Big Macs.
Oh my god,
It's like blood and sauce coming out.
so good.
They're gonna get so sick. You guys are gonna get so sick.
I would put money on Gus
Are
getting sick.
you getting some of that in there too?
Yeah, I'll go around the other side and get some of this.
What?
It's really like a journey around.
What seasonings? What seasonings did you put on this steak?
You got some garlic powder. Most of it is over there. There was some salt as well. I think that did go on.
Yeah, I taste the salt.
And the Worcestershire sauce, I opened it, but I didn't use it.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I didn't think special sauce would be a good topping for a steak.
It's better than I expected.
It is better than I expected. You know, we always kind of point out the fact that
I want to point out the best part of this steak. I don't know if I can get a camera here.
all right, that is proper raw in the middle, but good.
My favorite part of the steak right here is all of that right there.
The Big Mac?
I don't think that's from the Big Mac.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Blood Mac.
The Blood Mac.
No, it feels good. It's
Are you ready?
it's pink but not red.
No, it's cooked.
Yeah.
It's actually cooked all the way through. I thought for sure because it was so thick that you were gonna
Yeah.
hand us a raw.
I would say he went to a special category of cooking. Like he went full into scorching. That's good. Jordan, you want a bite? Come on in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look
Have you
at
ever had a
this.
Big Mac and a steak at the same time?
It's really fucking good.
Surprisingly good.
But are you excited about this?
Don't want to get too full, guys. Don't
excited
get
for
too full. We got another steak coming at you.
Still eating. What are you doing?
That's so good.
We've done the bit.
It's actually good.
You don't have to eat anymore.
It's honestly good. Yeah, go for it.
Jordan, you get a bite?
Make sure you get some special stuff right there.
Pick it up a little bit, yeah.
Right here.
Ah,
It goes really well. Trust me.
Gavin,
It's sort of an internal pairing.
Can we get plates?
Oh yeah, we need one more. I stole one.
It's pretty good, right?
I mean, they can use this plate. It's not dirty.
Tastes like steak and Big Mac.
That's good.
You know it, son.
What do you expect from it? Steak and Big Mac? That sounds awesome. Oh, Bernie's looking at the beer. It's a little warm out here today.
Oh, could I get you something?
I think it's cider, because then I like, pretend like I'm having something healthy.
All right, I don't want to get too full.
That's fair.
Gavin, this was actually really good.
I appreciate the amount that you ate.
Oh, Mario, look at that.
I thought this was going to be a terrible joke, but it's actually delicious.
Did you know about it before?
No.
Did you? Oh, okay, that's good.
Neither of us is going to ask you for the recipe, because we would never make this at home.
Do you have any questions about how this was made?
Yeah, I guess it was just like cook and then insert Big Mac.
He misidentified the type of steak it is. Do you think he knows? Oh, I smell something delicious over there.
There was no bone. That probably should have been a hint.
I like the idea
You get a boneless ribeye?
that McDonald's could open a restaurant where they just take massive
Good job,
steaks,
Mario.
stuff them into the middle.
Get in there.
God, that
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, this is something Dan would order at McDonald's.
Yeah,
and he would
it's
get
like
this.
a Dan
eating.
special.
What do you mean stop
You're
eating?
gonna get full.
No, that's not possible.
You know what?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get the camera to see the inside because that was the risk, obviously.
Please notice the diced onions, which he's so carefully prepared. And then we have
That actually looks like it's cooked really well.
a bakery fresh bun with grill marks on it, and shredded lettuce. That didn't really survive the
secret sauce?
Yeah, the trip there.
Did any of you
to
get
the
any
grill.
cheese?
I did.
That's a bad sign. And then here's a nice patty.
And there's a bottom bun as well, don't forget.
That is now mush.
That is
That's now
totally
like
mush.
that's properly like just a paste.
The stuff that I poured out destroyed the bottom bun.
Yeah.
Listen,
It was actually.
I don't like to waste meat.
It was
You have to
their
be
guys.
respectful of
Yeah.
meat.
It was their idea to put the bun. Was it Chad? Was it your idea to put the bun on the top?
Yeah,
But that, yeah, that sort of transformed it into a sandwich, which I wasn't actually originally intending, but I'm glad it worked out that way.
Wow, what a novel concept. Put the bun on top. Who the fuck thought of that? Let's make sure we credit the proper person. Was it Eric or Chad? Who did the bun on top?
Can we get that in the credits? Can we get that in the credits
That's
for
a
this
team
episode? Bun building experts, Chad and Eric.
Who came up with the idea to put the bun
Let
on
it sit for 2
top?
seconds.
I don't want you to ever make me a sandwich, ever.
I went to McDonald's once and they put a bun on top.
I went and got a burger at McDonald's. I said, where's the bun? They go, come back Tuesday. You can have a bun then.
Where's the middle bun?
It's over there.
Big Macs have 3 buns.
What's that called? That's called the,
Middle bun.
no, it's got a name. It's called the stub,
The flange.
the shoe. It's called something.
The
nub.
shoe?
No, the
You want a
middle bun in
shoe
the
in
Big
your
Mac
food?
has a name. I'm naming all the McNuggets.
I doubt it's something footwear
Do
related.
you remember the names of McNuggets? We went over this on the podcast.
The
years
boot?
ago. The boot?
Iowa.
The beak?
We're about to cut into the steak if you would like to watch.
Oh, yes. Can I tell you something? Matt Hullum, this is his least favorite part of going to like dinner. They bring him a steak and they say, "Can you cut into it?
I hate
Make
that.
sure it's prepared."
No.
He gets like, "Get away from me." He doesn't get
Oh,
like
would
that.
you like-
Matt's
I was-
never like that, but he's like,
Would you
no,
like to watch?
I'm not doing it. I'll do that.
How does he feel about tasting wine? Like, see if it's caught?
I think Anna does that.
Okay.
Where's Barb?
I don't like that. That's too much.
Waiting.
What am I gonna say? No.
Need a
Shitty
fork.
wine.
Saw a fork over there.
The club.
Thank you.
I said the nub.
Barb,
I
get
was
it.
close.
Like a club sandwich.
Before or after?
And the 4 shapes of
Slice it up.
chicken McNuggets are the boot, the bell, the bone,
And Iowa.
and Iowa. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, that looks really good.
So what was your preparation here in the skillet?
In the skillet, so once I got it on.
Barbara?
Once we got it on.
Yeah, sorry. Once.
What we did was put some vegetable oil, canola oil,
Vegetable oil.
vegetable oil in the pan.
All right,
let
bold
it,
choice,
let
bold
it
choice.
heat up a little bit, and then put that steak in there that was sous vide for
Look
an
at
hour
that.
at 129 degrees.
Look at that.
And then threw in some butter.
All right, baby. Salt bay it.
I see some rosemary,
Just a little bit.
butter, garlic.
Nice wind
Hey, why'd you choose vegetable oil for butter?
Is that enough salt, Bay?
That's enough salt.
Do you want to buy this? You're gonna
No, I'm good.
Where is this?
I've got.
Can you taste?
Yeah, the birds are here. They know.
Look at this grackle.
Get out of here, man!
I like he's up there. He's right up there by the owl that's supposed to deter him from being there. He's like hanging out with the owl.
You can serve that to whoever.
So this is the thing in Austin that you've never seen. These are the plague of Austin. These little flying rat birds called grackles.
They sound like little explosions.
You can't eat at an outdoor restaurant and leave your food alone for a second, because look at this bold motherfucker. Get out of here. Get out.
Could you fight a grackle?
Did you know if you want to experience grackles for yourself, you can come to RTX
There you
July
go.
5th to 7th. You go to rtxevent.com. We still have tickets available. You can come to downtown Austin and you can see a grackle. You can feed a grackle. Look, I'm going to feed it a French fry. You can do this.
No, it's bad for it.
Here you are.
That's, I think,
No, it took off. It didn't want to eat it.
They don't eat spuds.
A grackle will eat anything.
good to go.
Come back, grackle. That's food.
All right, guys.
Oh, look
Contrast.
at this.
All right. So here I have for you. Sorry, Barbara has for you.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just her sous chef.
She's
We have
talking for me.
Prime rib, beef.
They've been on the floor.
It's been seasoned with
Prime
course.
ribeye.
Prime ribeye, not prime rib.
Prime ribeye.
Prime ribeye steak. It's been seasoned with fresh cracked pepper,
Yep.
some coarse salt,
Some garlic.
and some garlic in the water bath in the sous vide, and then in the skillet was cooked with some vegetable oil, fuck ton of butter, some rosemary, and a little bit more
I
garlic.
expected the vegetable oil to significantly change the flavor of it, and it does not.
No, it doesn't. And it has a higher smoking point too.
How would you describe the cook temperature on this?
Medium rare.
That's
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit bold, but okay.
Oh, really?
I think it might be rare.
It's a little more on the rare side.
Well, Bernie did say the rarer the better, so
I agree.
I think that's just playing
This
up to your
is-
interests.
Quite Barbara, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a really great steak.
I should taste it because
Yes.
Barbara, also
Meryl,
you should taste it.
Yes, absolutely, please.
Oh yeah, I should. I want to have.
We should all get in here.
Oh, yeah.
Really good. Believe it or not, it's actually really different from Gavin's.
Whoa.
I wasn't sure if that would happen or not, but
You wouldn't think steak could be prepared so differently, and yet here we are.
you wouldn't think that that tastes so radically different than this.
Chad, you here for a piece?
Yeah, I absolutely want a piece. It looks so good.
You don't want a Big Mac steak, Chad? You came up with the top bun idea.
Guys,
You don't wanna
listen.
taste
Bun on the outside. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think Gavin noted that as a revolutionary idea.
Isn't that rule 101? You can't consume your own product?
God damn.
Pretty good.
Oh my God. I'm not
Gavin, what
just.
do you think?
That's amazing.
I'm not
I think
just
something
saying
that
this
really
was
takes us over the top
we
is
made
the
it.
rosemary.
But
The rosemary
the
and
best
then
steak I've ever
yeah.
had.
I always top with some Malden, some sea salt. Just a little crunch on there.
Yeah, it's got the,
Butter.
I can see like the full-on like small grains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that half ton of butter really,
Oh, yeah.
really was worth it.
Butter and salt, buddy.
You also use
Yeah.
Kerrygold, which, in my opinion,
Kerrygold
is
is the best butter.
available.
100%.
And they sell it only in one big stick.
Is this sponsored by Kerrygold?
I wish.
So I gotta know what if we're judging here. What's tops?
Do we go in for the like? They have to
Well,
discuss without us, right?
Tops is the bun, dude. We covered that already. This is tops right there.
Well, let me try.
Would you like some more?
Let me go back to back here.
Would you like some more?
I feel like
Here
they
it
need
is.
privacy to confer.
No, I want you to share this with everybody else. Please, guys, have some steak.
Meryl actually has another.
I do have another steak for the crew.
steak for the crew.
That I will be throwing on.
I'm pretty sure the Gavin's comes in behind the Rice Krispie treat with ketchup on it. The Rice Krispie treat with ketchup on it is slightly better than Gavin's.
Gavin, how would you describe the cook on your steak? The temperature.
It looks to be medium to. It's cooked a lot since I pulled it off.
It's cooked a lot since I pulled it off.
The sun does that.
Yeah, it was baked by the sun.
Yeah.
Sun's
Dude,
way
that
hotter
looks
than
so
the grill.
fucking nasty.
It tastes way
pretty-
better than you think.
I bet. Yeah, it's
looks
actually
like-
cooked all the way through, which I'm actually
It
impressed.
looks
I
like the
was
cow had an
shocked.
iron deficiency.
Would
I don't
anybody
blame
like
you,
some
why
more?
not? No.
What's that?
No, I think I've made my decision.
So you don't need to discuss. You've got the verdict already.
Well, we vote individually. Did
Oh,
you
you
and
do?
Barbara discuss?
I mean, there's only two of you, so
Do we tell us how to be judges.
Do we need a third?
We might for a tiebreaker.
Chad?
Eric, that means you have to try this one.
What, Jordan?
Kidding me?
Jordan's the only one who tried the
that's
Big
it.
Mac steak.
But he left.
Where's Jordan?
Oh, he's gone.
I think he's vomiting.
He gets a
Jordan.
discount if he shows up to the hospital before
Come
6.
taste Mariel's
You want to
steak.
try Mariel's steak?
Right over here. Do you want a fresh piece
You
over
want a
here?
fresh piece?
Come over
Yeah,
here.
get some pipe. Well, kind of.
Get one of those.
More
Oh, wait. Let me get some.
You gotta
hold
get
on.
the salt.
Hold on.
Eating everything that's out
Need
there.
the. Thanks.
This.
It's
Hold on.
important. It's very important.
You're eating Chad's top bun.
There you go.
Good idea, Chad.
So here.
Hey, Chad, whose idea was it sesame seeds to put on a bun? That's still revolutionary.
Again, half me, half Eric.
Because I've only had sesame, I've never had the seeds. It's so good.
Fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Walking behind me with a knife.
I will say this
Did you try the
though.
other one too?
It is almost depressing how good McDonald's is compared to a normal steak. It's just like, I just want to leave here and go eat a Big Mac. I honestly do. It's like you don't even have to digest. It's all done for you.
That is an insult to steaks.
It is. It is.
Insult.
Yeah,
But
it's
the
like-
steak takes so much effort. I get $3 and I go to McDonald's, have the best meal of my life.
This is from the same animal as that.
Well, that's like from 40 different ones, and this is from one.
Look at that. That's like the same thing.
We can't throw this
That's
out
the
though. We
same.
can't like waste
It was
the
also
steak.
cooked twice.
Right.
I'll
Been cooked twice.
yeah, I did.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna add Big Mac to Muriel's.
All right, we doing scores? We're gonna go in the studio and do scores?
Do you want some Big Mac on Meryl's steak and ruin it?
Dude, you just blew my mind with that.
The salt? Yeah.
Whose idea was it to put the steak on top of the plate?
That was Barbara's. That was all Barbara.
The Big Mac does not pair as well with your steak, Barbara.
Okay. Well, isn't that saying something good about the
aggressive with
steak?
the knife.
It doesn't need the Big Mac
All
to
right,
be delicious.
that's what I'm getting at.
You guys all get a
Man,
piece?
I got real sweaty out here.
Well, you were
Oh,
dude, you were cooking.
Sneezed on
Nick,
my
you get a
shit.
slice?
Inside? Let's go inside.
Let's go inside.
Zach? Okay,
I need some time to think.
For
Okay.
you?
We'll grab another beer when we go in.
Looks like,
You gotta come for final judging.
All right, we're going inside.
all right.
Fucking bomb. Oh my
I like people always tell us not to eat on the podcast, and everyone's favorite podcast is the eating one. All right. I don't want these knives to blow away.
It's hot out there.
Bugger. I'm so sweaty.
Whew. That's good. Let me introduce you guys in a piece.
That was
It's,
unpleasant.
Yeah, it's much better in here. Your hair looks awesome, Gav. I just want to say.
It's got meat and sweat in it.
It's got a lot of sun in it too, I think. All right. If you're in chat, I'm back. I'm gonna start looking at chat. Hi, chat. I am back. Oh, of course, our Wi-Fi's not working. Great. Barbara, welcome back.
Hello.
Good show, everyone.
That was really long. It was like 20 minutes
Oh my
last year,
God.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes this time. We're gonna start talking about Game of Thrones here in a bit. I got 2 more ads to do.
You want to do one now while Bernie comes back?
Yeah, I do, but I need some help for it, and my help's not here.
Oh.
Our crew is still transitioning. Some of it's still outside. Some of it's
Yes.
inside. Oh yeah. So here, I want to talk to you actually. Before we judge Bernie, I want to talk to Jordan for a second. I want to remind everyone this episode of I'm going to wait till Bernie crosses. He's cross right now. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by Full Sail. We're partnering with Full Sail and have some awesome collaborations coming up. Later this week, Jordan Miles and Chris Kokinos will be attending Full Sail's Hall of Fame Week. They'll be on the Rooster Teeth animation panel Wednesday, May 22nd. Miles is giving a keynote Thursday, May 23rd. And then the whole team will be checking out the Hall of Fame. I'm thinking of King of the Hill because of the Hall of Fame ceremony Thursday night. We also have an RTAA that the team's been working on that talks about, there we go, stuttering, the animation process featuring me, Gus. The RTA will premiere at RTX, and we're excited to have Full Sail there as well. They'll have a booth on the show floor, intro to animation sessions, and more interactive sessions all weekend long. So don't miss the live stream from Full Sail's Hall of Fame Week, Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. You can catch it on the Rooster Teeth YouTube channel and at roosterteeth.com. Jordan, you're one of the people that's going there this year?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. You're really helping me.
You said you took everything I was gonna say.
You're really helping me hit the points there.
What are you bringing to the table here?
Yeah, what are you doing there?
The
You
table,
didn't
I
have
don't
the top. You didn't have the top bun idea. That was all Chad.
know. I did eat it.
You did eat.
pretty
You're like a
good.
third judge.
Yeah.
So stick around in
I'll
case
be
we need a
the tiebreaker.
tiebreaker.
So
important.
we're debuting an RTAA there, and you created RTAA, much
Yeah.
like Chad created the top bun.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going out there. I think leaving tomorrow night to go to Full Sail, and I've never been to Florida before, so I don't know what to expect.
Oh, wow.
Crocodiles, alligators. They
I went
got
there.
both, I'm sure.
I was there for the thing last year for the Hall of Fame stuff. I gave
You got
a
any-
speech
you got any
last year
point-
at Miles
Isn't it
did.
in
Did you do the
Orlando?
keynote?
It's in
Yeah, I
Orlando,
did.
right?
Well, do you have any pointers for Miles? Because I bet he's really nervous.
I actually talked with Miles a bit about it when Miles found out he was doing it, and I still had my outline for the speech that I gave last year, and I sent it to him and it had all my notes and everything, and I said this was the thought process.
Oh,
This is
so
kind
you
of
just
how
copied it? I got it.
approached it, just so he knew. I mean, it's like if you've never given a presentation like that before, you're just. You have an hour. They tell you have an hour and a half, and you're put in front of an audience. Like, how do you
An hour and a half is hard to fill.
approach
Yeah.
talking about it? How do you approach telling that story? So I thought it would be helpful. just to see that.
I
To
haven't.
me, Miles could get a full 20 minutes out of the invention of the top bun. I think that's. I mean, I would just go straight to that.
Miles
You
is
learned
really
about
good
that
at
at Full
talking, so I think he'll be okay.
I think he will be okay too. I don't think he has anything to worry about.
Yeah, is he nervous? Because I was thinking the exact same thing when you said that.
I haven't taken his temperature on it yet, but I'm gonna definitely try to
Medium rare.
get some anxiety, into him before he does.
Just tell him
go
that
up
you
there.
you hope he doesn't show up wearing only his underwear.
Yeah, and doesn't forget his papers or something, and
Right.
forgets how to read.
Because he gets there and they're like, okay, Miles, before you give the keynote, you have to take a final.
Do you have that thing where you can't read in dreams? Because I hear
I can read in dreams.
I can read in dreams too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I hear that you can't a lot, but I think that's bullshit.
I think it's bullshit.
What have you read in a dream?
A couple books.
That's why I read a song of Ice. I read a Song of Ice and Fire that way.
Yeah,
Read a whole
all of
book.
it. Just made it all up in my head. No, it's usually
beer?
like signs
Like
and stuff.
street signs and stuff.
Yeah.
We have beer outside.
It's
Do you wanna
outside
head back
in the
out?
tub.
Shall I go and get?
You
Do you want any indoor beer?
Do you want a Milwaukee's best?
No. Is it good?
No, this is terrible.
So are you
It's
going to go
Milwaukee's
to
best.
Disney World while you're down there?
I was thinking about it, but I think we're only there for the Wednesday and Thursday. So
Oh.
It's good. It's a good time. I think you'll have fun out
We
there.
were just in Orlando actually for a convention, and there was a lot of people saying that they were going to come see you guys talk.
oh, cool.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Thank God.
who go to Full Sail.
Yeah, two people I would trust in this company to go for an hour and a half, just like put them in front of a mic and they just go, are Miles and,
And Chris
Michael.
Kokinas.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, and Chris Kokinas.
Well, Chris went to Full Sail, so he's gonna show us around.
I
and
saw that on
everything.
social
Yeah.
media.
Cool.
A post or
Did you
not
see his
post, a
hair?
picture from his
Yeah.
graduation.
What the fuck? Why did we hire that guy with that hair?
Well, he cut the hair before we
Yeah,
hired
he
him.
tricked us.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a good time, Jordan.
Me too.
Thanks for stopping by to
Thank
talk
you.
about it. It was a lot of fun last
We
year
might
when I
need
went.
you, so stick around for steak
I'll sit right here.
voting.
While we're talking about this stuff, I may be going to Chicago next month for an appearance thing. But
Okay, well, I just want to remind everyone, so for more information on Full Sail University, visit fullsail.edu/roosterteeth. That's fullsail.edu/roosterteeth. Thank you, Full Sail, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast. Thanks, Jordan.
Big question
Thank you
for
for stopping by
people is
Eaton
how do I
State.
get started in the industry? How do I get involved with something like Rooster Teeth? And of course, we say make your own Rooster Teeth. Good way to learn how to do that would be to go to a place like Full Sail.
We have a lot of people who went to Full Sail who work here.
We do. We have
It's,
a lot.
Yeah, it's a crazy
I'd say
amount.
it's second probably only to UT and maybe not even anymore. Maybe we have more Full Sail people than even UT people at this point. University of Texas, because that's where we are. You know.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Depends if you count interns, I guess, because our internship program is with UT.
Yeah.
So good tool.
Steaks.
Steaks.
Are you nervous? How does it feel? You're in the hot seat now. This is hard, right?
I'm nervous for Mariel because she fucking kicked ass.
Because she did all the work.
You're nervous for her because she kicked ass?
Because she deserves the win,
Why?
and I don't want to fuck it up for her.
Yeah, Gavin's right here.
Yeah, he's
Gavin
here.
was literally throwing garlic powder into the air
And
at
it
one point.
strangely worked.
And he
I'm
was
telling
using
you.
he was using a tenderizer to move the steak around on the grill.
I don't want to touch it with my hands.
That's showmanship.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I don't want to touch it with steaks with my hands. I use it on tenderizer. You didn't use it after it fell on the floor, did you?
No, but it was like sort of spatula under, tenderizer on top for the flips. Because you don't want the patty to fly out.
The patty.
Yeah,
I have
you
that
don't
problem
want
all the
patties.
time when I cook steaks.
Yeah. You want to know which side's the top, because where else are you going to put the bun?
Right. If you put the bun on the bottom, it's stupid.
What is it about being hot and then you come indoors and somehow you feel even hotter than when you're outside? Do you get that?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sweating more now than when I was cooking.
I feel
Because your core temperature's up.
what?
Yeah.
I need a cold.
I think we were the
beer.
same way after we did it. You go get a beer. Can we get a beer for Gav? Is that okay? Somebody get
Yeah.
What do you want?
This would be top. But
China.
anything that's cold, I would drink.
Get him a Milwaukee's best.
What are we doing?
That's why dudes are always like at the grill. They're drinking their beer.
What's this? What are we doing?
I assume this
What
is
are
a
we
poll
voting?
for the steak.
What is? Oh, look at all these polls.
There we go.
Steak off winner, Gavin or Barbara?
If you're watching live, if you're a first member and
Oh,
you're
there's
watching
an
live, you
audience
go to
vote.
roosterteeth.com/play and you can cast your vote for which one looked better, Gavin or Barbara steak.
I just want to point out that do this for Mariel. Do it for Mariel.
Well, see, this is when you don't make your own steak. Now you have all these obligations. You got a team of people you got to think about.
Yeah.
Maybe you scaled your operation up too quickly.
I think I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, you know it, being a business owner. I'm the owner of
Exactly.
the restaurant, and Mariel's the chef that I hired.
Should go with Gavin's early startup strategy. Get the steak, outsource the really tough stuff to a major corporation. That's right. And then call it your own. Put your own branding on it. You're like your white label.
And have your
solution.
coworkers come up with revolutionary ideas about it.
What do you call your steak? What do you call it?
The McBlood.
McBlood. You should work on that one.
How much time did you spend thinking about this? You bring it on, man. How much time did you spend thinking about it and working on this?
Honestly, when I couldn't make the original steak-off date, it was a blessing because I hadn't come up with any way to do it stupid. Because I could just go there and cook a steak.
Yeah.
It would just be such
Like
a
we did.
subpar steak. It'd be such an average steak that I had to think of something. I had an extra 2 weeks.
So let me ask you a question. Just on the hypothetical, like, possibility.
Yes.
Thanks to the beer.
That you win.
Yes.
Next year, am I going to have to go up against Mario or am I going up against you? For the ultimate championship.
You're going up against Barbara. Then Barbara apparently figures out.
I'm going to go down to like the local steakhouse and
approaching
just
it.
hire the chef there for a day.
I'm
Come on out.
loving this poll.
There's
I'm
no
loving the people
rule
voting.
against it.
Oh my god.
Excellent.
You won't be seeing that too next year.
Who is this? Someone in chat wrote, it was not blood that came out of Gavin's steak. It's a denatured protein called myoglobin. It's present in cooked beef. You avoid it by allowing it time to rest.
It's true.
We know that. I know.
There was a ton of blood as well, though.
That's steak 101.
Thank you, Chad.
You're the man, Chad.
I'm a steak-off competitor. I know that. I like how he jumped to come in and it stood right up. And I've got a frame full of chat.
Oh, it's so
all right,
good.
so what's the voting looking like online?
Wow,
Oh, it's like
really?
a 2-1.
Yeah,
more or
but
less.
those people didn't taste it.
Yeah,
tasted it with their eyes.
Gavin's, I think, winning on presentation right here.
Well, I mean, everyone knows what a Big Mac tastes like, so you just look at it and you think, So they did taste
You're
it in a way.
failing the
I will say though,
audience.
it is classic entertainment situation where people come in, they do the hard work, and they do like the meat and bones of it, no pun intended. And then there's always people come in and add the color, flavor. They seem like they've got, they're doing the hard job when it's really, it's like without the people doing the baseline, you can't do it. So without, would Gavin's be as funny without Mariel or Barbara? Excuse me. Would it
True.
be?
That's a good point.
Would it be?
I don't know. Maybe not.
classic.
You gotta have something to play off of.
Barbara Mariel went
Mariel's
with a very
steak was
classic preparation.
Jordan, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm here to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, right. If he gives
okay.
thoughts, then it
So-
ruins
very
all the
true.
suspense of our,
Okay.
our tie.
Okay.
Let's just assume
If
there
there
won't
is
be
a
a tie. let's just go on the wild assumption that there's not going to be a tie in this.
My basic takeaway is I definitely get the feeling that Mariel cared a little bit more.
Oh! How can you say that? I had to send over 2 emails to get mine done.
2 emails.
Yeah.
He answered a text.
I will say that is more effort than usual for Gavin.
Yeah, someone was cracking up back there. I didn't see. Was it Cody? Someone back there was laughing really hard at your 2 emails.
Yeah. I think, Meryl, when did you go out to buy those steaks?
Sunday and this morning.
You made her buy them?
You picked the meat out yourself, Mariel?
Come out here,
Here I am.
my
I'm
champion.
here. I did. I went
Can we
to.
tell Mariel she's coming out the studio speakers.
There she
Hello.
is. Come here.
I went to HEB yesterday and got the steak for the crew, and then I went to Central Market today and got the steak for you guys.
Like, hear that,
Oh.
Did you hear that? HEB.
They're still prime steaks. They're both prime.
Why did you go to 2
but
different
one's
places?
a little
then?
better.
Because one's a little better.
I only saw the HEB wrapper over there. I didn't realize there was
Yeah.
a Central Market one as
To
well.
be fair, I was gonna go to a local butcher shop that was. They didn't have any ribeyes when I went on Sunday, and I didn't realize that they'd be closed today. So
Oh.
you were gonna have some very expensive.
See, I
meat.
didn't know who Barbara's ringer was until I arrived today, and I've seen your work on Instagram, and
Thank you.
I knew I was in
Seen
for a.
your work on Instagram.
I knew I was in for a rough time.
And look at, I mean, honestly, you had a team as well because you had Chad as a consultant.
Right. That's true. Chad had about as much input as I did.
Really? That's
I'm
it?
just letting you know.
yeah,
Just
and
Chad
a
just
multi-billion
standing back.
dollar corporation.
So, Chad, you're responsible for this mess? Sure.
Chad's all about timing. He just waits. He sits there, kind of looks like he's laying
My
back, not
champion.
doing much. Then when Gavin's going to put the bun in the middle of the steak, he goes, "What about on top?" Bam. That's it. It's quality over quantity, man.
Yeah.
So you got to pick your moments. Chad knows that. Got to go with the top bun. No one's ever seen that before.
Revolutionary. You got meat and then a bun on top. Then you can hold it and grab it. You approached it. You dove right
Listen,
in.
That was the chef's preparation. I went in exactly as expected.
I don't think anything shocked me as much in Rooster Teeth history as Gus taking a bite of Gavin's steak.
I'm blown away that either of you tried it, let alone how much you actually ate.
They ate half of that fucking thing.
The single fry was nice.
It's nice. I don't want to take away the flavor.
We'll see how I feel in about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, is that how quick it takes for you?
I'm already. I don't know if it's in my head or not. But
Are you sick?
I feel a little weird. I don't know if it's in my head. We'll see.
Okay.
You know what?
Are you
Mention
psyching
it,
yourself
Gus.
out?
You're right. I might be just psyching myself
I also
out.
want to point out that I only ate me and Meryl's steak. So if everyone gets sick except me, we clearly know
I also,
you never the culprit.
I only ate Mariel's steak.
Oh fuck!
Jordan, what did you sign up for? So, are we ready to call it?
That was my first steak ever that had relish. That was good. Had a little bit of relish on it. Yeah.
That's the revolution.
Yes.
That's the innovation.
That was the original top.
Diced pickle and onion.
You got to relish the moment.
If you're tuning in an hour into the podcast and you think you've missed the results of the steak off, you actually haven't
not.
yet.
We're almost here.
We
It's
need
an
to give the
hour.
results because we have to spend the last half hour or so talking about Game of Thrones.
All right, Gus, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll say both steaks, surprisingly excellent. I was expecting one to be way better than the other.
Which it was.
I'm not going to say which, but both were interesting. I've never experienced anything like the McBlood before, but compared side by side, I have to give this one to Team Barbara.
That's fair.
All right.
Well done.
A man of taste. A man of taste.
I want to say that Team Barbara's steak was an excellent rendition of a classic preparation of a ribeye steak. It was tremendous. Gavin's, I thought, was a very unique exploration of what I would call beginner's luck. It was an exploration of how little preparation can sometimes pay off. Very risky.
Did you see him applying those spices?
Very risky. I saw him
Did any
like
of them hit
shaking
the
them into the
steak?
wind, and then seeing it was like the suggestion of seasoning food more
Well,
so than
the-
actual
The
seasoning.
stuff that landed on the steak came off my shirt
Great.
first.
So it's like you had the wind be your salt bay.
Yeah, the wind was my bay.
But I do feel like Gavin's steak, without the addition of the Big Mac and Chad's consulting and coming up with Top Bun. Without Top Bun, I don't know that steak itself would hold up. I feel like the tradition of the steak off is to honor the best steak, and I believe the best steak was Team Barbara. We have our winner. Is this our 2019 winner? Team Barbara.
Team
Meryl,
Barbara.
you got to come out and take a bow.
Yes,
that
hell
was
yeah.
a great steak.
Meryl, delicious.
Would you also have voted for Team Barbara, Jordan?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't even. Didn't taste like Big Mac.
The head chef of Team Barbara, everyone.
Meryl Salcedo, everyone.
I'm not on camera.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Compliments to the
What was the best part of the steak? So I know.
To me, it was, first of all, I thought the temperature of it was perfect. It was like the perfect amount of rareness. And then also, one thing I said during the, like when we were eating it was, that the vegetable oil didn't change the flavor, which I totally would have expected. But then also the rosemary, or whatever it was you put on there. It's like the seasoning was...
the butter on that.
It was cooked a little under where I normally prefer my temperature, but it was still excellent. I think the rosemary in the pan with the cast iron is absolutely the way to go.
I also have to say, it was another thing that you can't really quantify is that it was up against a steak and a Big Mac jammed together. So, that really,
Yeah, I feel like I had an advantage.
yeah.
Sorry.
So if you're making a steak at home, have a classic pairing with somebody who's just taking a bunch of shit in a bucket and then serving that.
I would legitimately be curious to see Bernie versus Meryl next year.
Ooh, we use a lot of the same techniques.
Exactly.
do.
That's why I'm interested to compare them.
Do you want to do that next year at Bernie against Mariel?
We should do that, but we should have the preparation in secret so that the judges don't know whose is whose.
Oh, a blind test.
A blind taste test.
2020?
Yeah.
I don't want to be.
That's what you guys did the first year.
I think so,
You
yeah.
had like a blind taste test.
But since you two have a similar background in preparation, I think that might be the way to do it.
Yeah, because then it's you really have no idea whose is who.
That's true.
I'll do it.
All right, 2020, May. Eric, when is next year's steak off? What date is
Dude,
that?
is it gonna rain? I don't know. How windy
We have
is
to let
it?
the audience know.
Hey, I'm just gonna
Spring
say, like,
2020.
since I'm gonna call dibs right now. I want Chad as a consultant. Chad, don't give away your best ideas. I want you to store them up for the next year. Plate on the bottom, maybe like a toothpick in the top, something. I don't know. I can't
Sorry,
even.
I
You're the
mentioned it,
genius. Just you sit on your best ideas for next year. I got it. All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Thank you
Ariel.
for letting me play.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Steve Barbara. Noble tradition of the steak podcast. Utter waste of time.
It's already over an hour in.
Utter waste
God,
of time.
that
What were the other three? We got pancakes, we got steak. What were
We
the
got
other?
the Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, when
We
is that?
never have done Sunday, Monday.
Eric, when is
we haven't
Sunday,
done
Monday?
Sundays?
We did Sundays once.
When's the first day of summer?
Tomorrow.
June 21st.
It's June 21st.
Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday.
That's like a month away.
Yeah, I
How
know.
does Sunday, Monday work?
We make Sundays on Monday.
That's
We
it?
should make Gavin make like
easy.
raw chicken into something just to see what happens. Like he has to cook chicken for us one day.
No.
Like a Chicken Wednesday
do
or
it.
something. Even though the podcast is on Monday.
do it.
We can do it whenever. So we were going to do the taco one too, right?
Oh,
Because we
yeah.
wanted pizza tacos.
Taco Tuesday, Wednesday?
Oh, no, we got pizza. Was there a pizza one?
No.
So that we wanted,
wanted to
steak,
make us pizza
Sunday,
We wanted,
pancakes, and then wasn't it a pizza one? I thought it was pizza
yeah,
one.
the pizza sphere
It was
we never
taco.
made.
Pizza sphere would be great. That would be great.
But we
I would
need
do that.
someone. We just probably need like someone doing dough to
Did
get
we
all the different
talk about
sizes.
doing
You can buy
Pizza
dough.
Sphere?
You can buy dough at Home Slice.
We've done some experiments internally.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We've been secretly working on
The
it.
science division was working without me.
The R&D department has
Where
been.
was I?
They don't need a bun on top of that.
Was Chad there?
No, I was. I will let you know. I think I've cracked the code on
I
Pizza
think he
Sphere.
did.
Have you really?
You might need a
Yes.
skewer or two.
Just Eric, do
Yeah.
me a favor.
Yeah.
Run it by Chad first, okay? Just like put it through his lab.
That's my second half.
Thank
so
you.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got it.
I remember when Eric did crack the code on the Pizza Sphere. We were out drinking, and he just like comes up to me and he goes, "I think I fucking did it."
Like a eureka.
Yeah, like I think I did it. And he started explaining it to me. I don't want to ruin it for the audience, but it sounded like it's gonna work.
Can we do that next week?
Oh, no. Please.
We're running out of time.
One food at a time.
In chat, Phantom SCV says that they need a fish off with Chris and anybody else.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh yeah.
Would anyone on this set eat Chris's fish?
No.
Sounds
I
weird,
would.
weird the way I said that, but yeah.
I'd eat his fish.
Really? Just a fish in a pan with
I mean, you
ranch?
can eat raw fish.
Some kinds of fish.
Well, if it's
Not like trout. Not eating that raw. But like
Catfish.
we we get them like what would be a safe fish? Salmon?
Tuna.
You.
Hey, what's the
I
story?
love mercury.
Salmon's expensive.
What's the story with salmon?
What?
Salmon's river. It swims in the river. And they go upstream and they fight with the bears.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing with this fish? Hey, what again? What's the?
So how come you can eat you can eat salmon raw? Are they fish that
not-
live in the sea or are they fish that live in the river?
Salmon live in both.
That seems like they got to make a decision.
They make a transition. They go from saltwater to freshwater. Well, they go freshwater, saltwater, then
Well, how
saltwater
do they
back
do
to
that?
freshwater. They
Why
slowly,
can't we do that?
They slowly do it.
They acclimate.
Oh yeah.
Well, then they
over the
go
course
back
of
upstream.
50.
don't
Like,
they,
let's, like,
to
get into a
shit all
hot
the
tub.
babies?
Yeah. They like dip one fin in, and then the other one.
It's weird though. They live in the ocean and they're sea fish, and then they come in the rivers and they can breathe salt water.
What
Is it
if
breathing?
you
Freshwater.
fed a fish a Big Mac first, then killed it?
Now you're onto something. You
If-
can catch the fish with a Big Mac.
if we did have a food off, Gavin, of something that you're the most confident cooking, what would it be?
I like this idea. Just a food off.
Like, what is your specialty?
We should have that
I
like
cook
at the
the
end of the
easiest
year.
stuff. I don't cook a lot of meat. I just cook tons of pasta.
I feel like I'm a really good breakfast chef. I make the best breakfast.
I can
You know
do
what
a fry up.
You
I
know
can
what
do
might be
Yeah.
good for this? We switch it up. Like you've got to make Gavin a classic American dish. I got to make something Canadian.
I'll
You
make
got
it
to
full
make
English.
a British thing. And
Yeah.
Gus, just from lineage, we'll have to make like a Mexican dish. of
I'm
some
happy
kind.
with that lineage. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, so we're doing each other's cultures.
Each other's or
Exactly.
our own?
Okay.
I have no culture. Let's
We'll-
do something from Ireland.
We'll call it Appropriation Monday. Is that cool?
I like
is
it.
everyone okay with that?
I like it. Call it potluck. And you have to just make something from someone else's culture.
Yeah, and hide marijuana in one of them. So it's potluck.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we do like they do on the cooking
That's like a
shows?
mule joke of some kind.
There's like a big fridge, and we have to run to the fridge all together and grab the ingredients.
Listen. Maybe we should just replace this podcast with a cooking show at this point. Honestly,
I
yeah.
shows are good.
We can do like one of those shows where we all bring our fridges in, and you can only cook with what's in someone else's fridge, and you pick one at random.
I love that's just the easiness of, just bring your fridge
That's
in.
an Eric problem.
Yeah,
We just say it, and then he has to figure it out.
I think
at
I
least
saw a
3
few
emails.
gray hairs just pop up on his
Oh
head
yeah,
when
definitely.
you said that. Yeah.
You know what Mariel's been doing that I want to do on the podcast if you guys are into it? She's been deep frying everything. And we've been deep
What?
frying a lot of crazy stuff.
I'm gonna say no to that.
I will say this, I don't want to spoil too much. We have deep fried an In-N-Out double. I didn't think it could be better. It is.
Did you like batter it and
Yeah.
then fry it?
Yes.
Your
Mariel's
Cali-
a genius.
Your California show in Eric, by the
Dude,
way.
oh, absolutely. But if
My
you guys want to
heart
do that, let's set it up.
stopped.
There's
My
so
heart
much
stopped when
mad
you said that.
science going on at this company.
Yeah, Trevor
Understood
and Jeremy
country.
just did a dehydrator, right?
Yeah.
They dehydrated a Big Mac. Is that how you got the idea for the Big Mac?
No.
No, remember they just did a whole off topic with all the presidential Big Macs. Remember?
True.
Wasn't that the whole thing? You should do the entire menu from McDonald's for off topic. Is that right?
Got a lot.
Did they?
Right.
Almost all of it, I think.
Are these Big Macs left over from Off Topic?
Probably.
They've been sitting here since Friday.
They're onto hot dogs now, so it's fine.
Why just choose the Big Mac? Because that's your classic go-to for American fast food.
Yeah. I mean, what do
choice.
Americans like? American shit.
Was your plan all along to put it in the steak? Or
Yeah.
were you- okay.
I was gonna try and hide the entire Big Mac in the steak, but It was hard to sneak in there.
You think like a prime cut of beef is upset that it's being paired with a Big Mac? It's like, dude, I don't even know this guy.
What if it was the
Shit out
same
of me.
cow?
Oh God.
Very unlikely.
Yeah.
Very unlikely.
Part of it prime, part of it Big Mac. It's like USA beef.
I don't. It's one of those things that I probably should know and I don't know. Like, where does McDonald's get their beef? Is it American beef? Because it seems like that would be a huge contract for
They
some
just breed
ranch.
'em?
Must be an incredible amount of beef.
I imagine it's.
Some ranch.
They-
you have a very lofty image of what that's probably like.
I imagine it's multiple
Yeah, it's
ranches.
like hundreds, isn't it? Hundreds of
Yeah.
cow farms.
McDonald's at
I
their
mean, how
website
many-
has a meet our suppliers.
Oh, really?
Maybe we should ask Chef Mike.
Ask Chef Mike.
One
Chef
of their
Mike should
suppliers
know.
is Lopez Foods.
Really?
Chef
I'm not
Mike, where do you
kidding.
get it?
Beef. There's their beef supplier.
Do we have a chat up? So maybe if
Hey,
Chef Mike's in the
not
chat.
in
Mike.
chat.
Oh, he's not.
He,
Okay.
he had to leave. He's not in chat right now.
Aw.
He was
Did
here
you
earlier.
see the Big Mac part?
He did.
Yes.
He should give proper credit. He works in the industry for Chad and Top Bun. We should push for Chad to get Top Bun credit. Top Bun.
There was a Connor Hayes, Sage_Ayana on Twitter, posted a picture of Top Bun.
Oh.
It's a Photoshop of
Turn it
Chad.
sideways because it'll be easier to see.
Yeah, let me just adjust my phone.
You have lock on?
Yeah, I do. Top Bun.
Pretty good.
That's record speeds that they did that in.
Should we start talking Game of Thrones?
A little bit. We got some other stuff I can talk about too. I've had on here for a while. Last week we talked about, or maybe it was a week before, we were talking about the Snapchat filter that changes your
Yeah.
gender, and I
Yeah.
was talking about how that could be dangerous.
Yes.
Ever since then, on Reddit, I've seen like multiple posts that have done really well, where it's Tinder and it's just some guy posting his pictures of himself as a girl, and then all these guys like him, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking idiots" or whatever. It's just like they're not the problem. You're the problem, dude.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what I'm worried about. You give technology, really powerful technology, to fucking idiots. Basically, it's a bad recipe, man. It's a really bad recipe.
On the flip side,
Yeah?
I have been seeing people do songs that involve both male and female vocalists,
I saw
where they basically turn their face away from the filter when they're doing what, like if I'm.
Those are brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
and
like
those are hilarious.
that Evanescence song.
Yeah.
The Wake Me Up Inside. I think.
Wake me up. I can't.
I don't understand. What's the purpose of doing that? Like, what is?
Oh.
Are people just really lonely, and is that why they get into catfishing and stuff like that?
Are you asking why people troll?
I guess maybe is that what it is? But
just
no,
the internet.
catfishing's I think a different level. These are trolls. The things I've seen so far, because they tell them when they match with them, they're like, someone's like, that's clearly the Snapchat girl filter.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like the first guy in 70 guys who's figured it out. Har har har. It's like, you've been really talking to 70 dudes pretending to be a girl.
Yeah,
It's
like, what-
that's fucking weird.
Why
dude.
are you
woman
spending your
who-
time doing that?
Why are you doing that?
As a woman who used to be on Tinder, who is an actual woman, not using a filter, I did not talk to 70 guys. I maybe got like 5 responses.
Really?
People just they match with you and then they don't respond. They never.
What do you
like,
think it is about you that they didn't like?
Well, they matched to begin with.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, they matched with me,
Oh, they
but
just
then
went cold?
But then they wouldn't respond. And so
Well,
the
could have
fact
been
that
like our
this,
first reaction of like, oh, this girl matched with me. She's clearly our bot.
Yeah.
Like it's a fake account,
Did
right?
people ever know who you were? Like they matched with you because they recognized you?
if they did, they wouldn't tell me.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. If you're watching and we matched on Tinder a couple years ago, then so
It's a it's a weird thing though on Tinder too. For like if somebody did know you, their assumption would be that someone else is just using your photo.
oh, that's happened a lot.
I
to me.
would assume that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weirdly flattering because a lot of the profiles that people make using my photos say I'm like 21 or 22. And I go, oh, wow. Thank
How
you.
nice of you.
Can I pass this to 21 or 22-year-old?
But for the deep fakes and the face replacement technology, which is essentially what that filter is.
Yeah.
Someone just did a thing with Bill Hader doing an impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger on Conan O'Brien, and they replaced his face. It's a little offset. If you're looking for it, you can tell, but it's scary
How good
how
it
much
is?
it looks like some kind of weird like mix of Bill Hader and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it makes the impression even more
Better.
realistic. And it's crazy. Somebody
and
just did
he-
this on their PC at home.
And Bill Hader was so committed to it, he let some dude kick him in the back.
God.
Do you wanna talk about
see
that?
guy? The fact that you can kick like a 71-year-old dude in the back with the 2 feet at the same time, and he
A
just
full-on drop kick.
he moved like 3 inches.
He didn't knock him down.
Yeah, he didn't even know he'd been kicked, according
Yeah.
to what he was saying.
But
at the time.
Schwarzenegger's really great about that. He's always been a super level-headed guy. Like, do you remember
love
just
him.
recently the Australian politician, the kid egged him,
Yeah.
And the politician turns around and just starts wailing on the kid, just starts punching away. I'm thinking he was like a 17-year-old kid. Schwarzenegger, it's a long time ago, I guess when he was running for governor, he got egged in a crowd. And they interviewed him like right after he got egged. Like he took off his jacket and everything. He still has egg like on his ear and stuff. And they asked him, they said, people, don't like you. They're really, really going to extreme measures. And he's like, his response was, yeah, that guy owes me some bacon. Like, it was just like so funny. And then he went on right after that, makes a joke, and he makes a statement of like, this is a great thing. Imagine being in another country. You come out here and you do something like that. Where would that guy be now? He'd be in a jail somewhere. I'm paraphrasing here. But like talking about, it's like, this is a great country. We have freedom of speech. And some people take it too far, but it's great that people feel like they can express themselves here.
Farage got done with
Farage got the milkshake.
Yeah. And he did not handle it well. He was just yelling at his bodyguard.
His security totally screwed up.
He was like,
the security guy
failure.
walks right by the guy with the milkshake. You see the guy standing there with the milkshake. Security walks right by him and he runs up and tosses the milkshake.
That's a hard job, though, dude. I mean, it's like
there was no one in the street. It's not like it was crowded. It's not like there were throngs of people in the street. There were maybe 3 people in front of that security guard, and one of them had a milkshake.
You got to be impressed with the spread. Like it was all over him, like even around the back. It's like you got some good coverage with one milkshake.
Yeah, and your emotions, your reaction to that would definitely be depending on how good the hit was. Like I think
if
he caught it off the shoulder. If he caught it square between the eyes, he might have had a different reaction.
Then the security guard who walked right by the guy with the milkshake, he turns around after Farage is covered in milkshake, and you see him look like, oh, like he just kind of has like a moment where he's like, oh, that was my bad. I missed the guy. Yeah, it was bad. Didn't they in Edinburgh? They had to stop selling milkshakes for a little while. They asked. I think they asked all McDonald's in the area to stop selling milkshakes
because of that.
No, before that, because they thought that it was going to happen. It happened anyway.
So Wookie in the chat is saying that throwing an egg is not freedom of speech. It's just a lame form of assault. I mean, I agree with that. I'm not defending the guy for throwing the egg. What I'm saying is that it's impressive that a politician keeps her cool.
What if you yell egg?
Schwarzenegger would totally be well within the normal reaction expectation if he just turned around and like choked the kid, but he didn't. You know what I mean? He keeps a level head, and it's like I think it speaks volumes of a dude like Schwarzenegger that he can do that. His security guard though, who's like twice the size of him now, he was facing the wrong way because Schwarzenegger was like facing a crowd of fans, I guess, or students, and doing autographs and photos and everything.
He was doing Snapchat.
Was that what he's doing?
Yeah, he was doing like a Snapchat.
And the security guard is, I think, very naturally facing in the direction where most of the people are, like watching that crowd when the kid runs up behind him and kicks him. But man, the moment he does that, that big ass security guard just like goes down on him like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor the kid broke his leg kicking Schwarzenegger too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
A rumor about that. I will say though, I want to say one thing. Yep. One more thing. This is something that came up just recently on the Austin subreddit. Is some guy took a picture of a dude on a Lime scooter and he had 2 kids on the Lime scooter in front of him.
I've seen that before.
And they were like riding along together.
I saw that.
They were like riding along together. He goes, look at this bad parenting. I don't want to link to show you it because it's like he's taking a picture. I always got to give the Austin subreddit a lot of credit. The whole comments were, dude, why the fuck do you care? Why are you taking a photo of a guy with his kids? They're fine. You know, I did shit like that with my dad when I was a kid. They're on the sidewalk.
Yeah. The guy shouldn't be doing that with his kids. The guy's obviously in the wrong. But yeah, there's no reason to take a photo and post it to the Austin subreddit. But there's no way that guy should be doing that. That looks incredibly dangerous.
Does it? You don't know how fast he's going.
Those things go up to 15 miles an hour.
They go up to 15 miles an hour, but you could sprint with your kid in your arms too. Just to see a photo of a guy carrying a kid, you can't.
Would you carry both of those kids at that same size and sprint with them at the same time?
No, I wouldn't. But what I'm saying is you don't know how fast he's going from a still photo. You know it goes up to 15 miles an hour.
To be fair, though, it's very hard to not go because there's not a lot of control.
Yeah,
you kind of like going a little bit, or you go in full speed on those things.
Or you could coast, too.
Those things are very dangerous.
I also see people pushing them with their feet. What I'm saying, though, is like, why is some guy like in his car taking a photo of him? Like, why is it his job
it's like
to police this?
Public shaming aspect.
But the guy shouldn't be doing that.
But that's the whole thing, is the public shaming thing. It seems like that's now like becoming the default because of social media. It's like, what happened to just mind your own business, you know?
Well, you can do that on your own land.
Or say something to the guy. Now we don't even like, when people don't mind their own business, they're not even saying something. They're just taking a photo and putting it up for everyone else to see so they can all anonymously like go after this person and want to publicly shame them.
From both sides.
Like if you don't have the balls to say something to the person in person.
I think, the
people don't like confrontation.
But they'll post it on social media.
Yeah, but that's not confrontation.
Cowardly.
Right. They want the drama and the anxiety.
They want people to confirm their original outrage to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Without having to actually confront the person.
It's fucking lame.
The closest parallel I can draw with you is when you saw the guy with all the kids who jumped out of the SUV
I thought that was awesome.
Right. You walked up and talked to him.
I did. I was like, your fucking daughter's badass. She bailed out like it was a sinking ship.
I think that
She's like a F-14 pilot at an air show. Like they clip the ground and then she just hits eject. She was awesome.
And that was less dangerous?
I'm not saying it was less dangerous. I just thought it was cool. I certainly didn't take a picture and go, "He's a terrible dad,"
right.
or anything like that. It's like mind your own business in that case.
Here, I want to read this thing here. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by Stamps.com. Back in the day, sending RVB DVDs through the mail was a big job. We still talk about it to this day. One of the toughest parts of making and selling products online is the shipping. No one really has the time to go to the post office. You're busy. Who's got time for all that traffic, parking, lugging your mail and packages, filling up all the boxes? It's a nightmare. It's a real hassle. That's why you need Stamps.com. Stamps.com brings all of the amazing services of the U.S. Postal Service right to your computer. Stamps.com is the faster, more convenient way to get postage. You can use your computer to print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send, and the mail carrier picks it up. No more lugging it to the post office. It's the best. No equipment to lease, no long-term commitments. It's a must-have for any small business. I use Stamps.com because I love how easy it is. I don't have to take time out of my day to plan for a trip to the post office. I just get official postage right from my own computer. I love my computer. With Stamps.com, you get 5 cents off every first-class stamp and up to 40% off priority mail. Right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. You can see for yourself why over 700,000 small businesses use Stamps.com. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Rooster. That's Stamps.com, enter code Rooster. Check it out. Thank you, Stamps.com, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast. So, is it time to talk about Game of Thrones?
I think it's we got 10 minutes left. We got time to talk about Game of Thrones.
So, if you haven't seen the final episode of Game of Thrones, we are going to talk about spoilers. They're starting right now. You're not going to miss anything.
Series.
We're just going to end the podcast as soon as we're done.
Trust me, you won't miss anything at all. You'll be fine.
It's your last warning. We're starting now. So if you haven't seen it, leave.
Spoiler.
If you haven't seen it.
It was fine.
It was
fine.
It was fine. There was some stuff that I thought was particularly ridiculous.
They brought the dog back and Jon Snow touched the dog.
Do you think they shot that later?
They couldn't have shot that. That was so quick.
Well, it's CG, so they could have footage of it.
Yeah, they could have just green screened him and grabbed the dog.
I thought there was one scene earlier where Jon Snow was walking up the steps to go to Daenerys where you could see the green on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you could see the green on Daenerys when the dragon was behind her.
Oh,
Dude,
really?
that fucking shot.
Yikes.
That was a great shot.
Oh, it was beautiful
nice
with the wings
composition,
coming out?
It was the problem is people have turned that into a GIF and posted it a bunch, and people who don't watch it go, "That's a little heavy-handed." It's like it definitely is when you like watch it looped again and again, and it's a really cool shot. It's also not like the focus of that scene. It's just she's walking up, and it's a really cool shot. It's not like they stuck on it forever. It was really quick, but I'm talking when the wings come out.
Yeah. It was
awesome.
cool.
Did you see that apparently there was a water bottle?
Yeah, I'm over all that
I know.
stuff. Yeah.
The second I saw it, I was like, come on,
Are they going to
guys,
cut them
come
from the home video release?
They already cut
they
the
cut it
coffee
from
cup out of
HBO.
the
Coffee cup's
VOD.
been digital.
Really?
Yeah.
It was gone 2 days later.
That was funny.
I'm surprised it took them that long.
I mean, to re-export one of those, it must cost money. Like, they delivered those a long time ago, I assume.
Yeah.
It's not just re-exporting. Someone has to go in and cover it up, roto it out.
Yeah.
No, but he's right.
But
They're
just like to go back
re-exporting
to
and
the-
redistributing it.
Yeah.
To
to
go
all
back to the
centers.
delivered project is like money to
Yeah.
do that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a big deal.
Unless they just took their exported video, did it on that, and re-exported it from that, which
I think it will come out that much like the coffee cup, they shot that Jon Snow and Ghost scene after the fact.
Just because of
don't
all the
know.
complaints about how he didn't pet his dog.
specifically the shot where he goes in to pet it.
so they would have had like what 3 weeks?
No,
to
it
do
would
that?
have been 3. Yeah.
I don't think they could have done that.
I don't know.
Plus, they would have
When
to
did
get him
they-
back. Who knows if he's shaved or?
They got
When
the
did they
coffee cup
wrap?
done in 2 days.
Yeah, but they're not relying on an
They didn't
actor.
reshoot the
Yeah.
scene. With
You don't know
that.
they don't have footage of Jon Snow from other stuff too. I think if you go back and look at those shots, not that it matters, who cares? But if you go back and look at it, a lot of the shots of Ghost and his approach were very similar to the last shot of Ghost that we saw, where he's standing from afar and he's at the same angle and everything like that. Seemed to me like reused footage, but I haven't compared it,
Was Ghost missing?
and I'm never going to.
Was Ghost missing that ear the last time we saw him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
He get lost it in the
battle?
The battle.
the Winterfell battle.
Battle of Winterfell?
he's mono now. I thought the bit where, so that when Brienne was filling in the book, and she shut the book,
Best memes of the episode, by the way.
I thought, and I looked over to Turney when that happened. I was like, God, how lame would it have been if the front of the book said "A Song of Ice and Fire"?
Right.
2 minutes later, they slammed that on the table, "A Song of Ice and Fire." That to me was the lamest of any the lamest part of any episode
It's
of
an
Game of
homage to
Thrones.
Tolkien, is it not?
No, I don't know. I wouldn't call that an homage. I don't
It
know
was
if I would.
so
Or not an
heavy-handed.
homage, but like
I know what you're saying
because he's a huge fan of Tolkien.
What
George R. R. Martin.
what's the name of the book in that? Isn't it There and Back Again though?
Yep.
Like he names it something different.
it's not called The Hobbit.
No, but what is it called?
Yeah, it's There and Back
Is it
Again.
There and
I think
Back
it's There and Back Again.
Why did you call it the and the Lord of the Rings by Bilbo or by Frodo? Frodo does write the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Bilbo writes There and Back Again, and I believe that Frodo writes the Lord of the Rings.
When
Guys, anybody?
when would he have had time to write that? Was that when they return to the Shire before he leaves?
Yeah,
Like after they get rid of
Right.
Saruman and Grima Wormtongue?
Fucking spoiler. Yeah, it's before he goes on the boat, and
Okay.
the Elf Queen looks at him kind of weird, but she's all like, "Yeah."
Do you think when Tyrion said, "Ask me again in 10 years," that in 10 years they'll make it again?
I think if they can make more of these episodes in 10 years, they'll be lucky. Like, I'm curious to see what'll happen with the subscription rates on HBO tomorrow.
Oh, true.
But I do think this finale will be the highest rated one. The second to last episode that everyone complained about was the highest rated episode of the entire series.
Yeah.
In terms of viewership.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not translating to people not watching the show.
Oh, no.
All the furf about it.
It's just like everyone's built it up so much in their head. It's very hard for anything to happen.
yeah,
but
it has to end.
It did feel so flat. Like all the last 4 episodes have just felt really bizarre.
I liked the second to last one. The one where
Daenerys.
the whole city.
Daenerys went nuts. That had a really great shot. Probably the best shot of the whole series in it when the Hound is on the staircase and he's walking up towards the mountain, and the whole back of that tower is torn off and the dragon flies overhead. That looks like concept art. It's amazing
The
to me.
cinematography this season has been on point.
And the music, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was episode. One was the Winterfell fight. When the 2 dragons
Episode
were like
3,
up in
yeah.
the sky and it was all like clouds below them. I thought that was my favorite.
I think I definitely felt like it's the same composer. So I definitely felt like they took inspiration from the musical cues in Westworld this season in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot more
I did see that too.
recurring themes playing through. And I'm not saying that the music's new. Like they definitely have had plenty of music before, but I felt like there were definitely longer takes with more just music driving the sense of what was
without
happening.
like not a lot of dialogue, just
Right.
music rather.
I
A lot of
could
very dramatic shots, like people walking and
Mm-hmm.
dramatic music and stuff. I felt like that they did that more this season than ever before. But maybe that's just me noticing it more.
I guess people were like so into the characters, you know,
Yeah.
everyone kind of had their favorite characters going in, which you expect people to be upset. We said that. We actually a couple weeks ago on the podcast said, what do you think has the potential to be more disappointing? Avengers or Game of Thrones at the end?
I think-
our audience was very clear that they were way more stoked about Avengers than Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned that I thought Game of Thrones had a potential to be more disappointing, just because there's so many different theories
Yep.
and characters that could be involved in everything.
Yeah,
like so many things that I thought would happen didn't at all, not even close.
Also, how do you keep everyone happy with all those characters? Like,
Impossible.
right.
I was surprised actually that Jon killed Daenerys. I was not expecting that.
It was very sudden.
I read some thoughts about that. Someone said that if Jon Snow, like it depends how much you buy into the Lord of Light bullshit stuff, and like if the Lord of Light brought him back for the battle at Winterfell, you know, was the Lord of Light done with him at that point, or was he kept alive by the Lord of Light to kill Daenerys? Because the first incarnation of Azor Ahai, that's his name, has to temper his sword by stabbing his wife through the heart with it. So it's like if he's really the reincarnation of Azor Ahai, he has to murder the woman he loves by taking a sword and putting it through her heart as well.
Someone had put 2 photos side by side of him with Ygritte and him with Daenerys, and in both photos he's holding the woman in his arms as she's dying, and it said that quote that he says during the show, like "Duty is the murderer of love." What was it?
Love is the death of duty.
Love is the death of duty.
And duty is the death of love.
yeah.
That's what Tyrion says.
Okay.
He flips it on him.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That could have done without 2 scenes in particular. The one scene where they elect Bran to be king.
Yeah, that was
Which just was like,
weird.
it didn't really make any sense. Like Grey Worm's standing right there, Tyrion's his prisoner, and then, I mean, if you're Grey Worm, it's like, we conquered your city, we killed your leader, we're going to determine who's king. That's the way these things work.
But the Unsullied don't normally work like that.
Because they are mercenaries, essentially?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they've elected Grey Worm to lead them.
And then they determined like what is going to be the penalty for everything. Like there was some compromise made for Jon Snow, but just that whole thing of like we're going to elect a king and he'll decide what to do. And Grey Worm's like, okay, go for it.
The thing I didn't get was, so there's like, they come up with this compromise to send Jon Snow to the wall. They're like, and they're saying like, oh, we got to do this. The Unsullied would have been really happy. We'd had a war on our hands. They send Jon Snow north, and then the Unsullied just all get on a boat and leave.
Yeah,
it's like they could have just called Jon Snow back. They're like, all right, they're gone.
He could just wait at the dock, watch them leave, and be like, all right, Winterfell.
Yeah,
I think it's actually Bran orchestrated what Jon wanted. I think that's what Jon would have wanted to do.
He left to go with the wildlings, right? In the end,
Yeah.
that ending scene, I had a hard time getting what was happening.
I assumed he was going to become king in the north, or king beyond the wall, right?
Of the free world or
He
whatever.
was like the new Mance Rayder.
Well, it did seem like he was the Lord and Commander of the Night Watch again. Like
He was still wearing black. He
As soon
wasn't
as he
dressed
went
like a
back in,
wildling.
he was the head of the Night's Watch. Like he went out on that balcony and addressed them all.
Also, why do they need a Night's Watch anymore? Sorry.
I know.
Like,
we said the same thing.
The undead are gone. The wildlings are like integrated and friends. The wall's fucking broken at Eastwatch.
No, if you pour like a saucepan of water on it each night, you'll get it. You'll build it back up in no
But
time.
there's also supposed to be magic intertwined in that wall
What
that
would
was
have been-
broken.
Didn't do shit against
What
the
would have
dragon.
been your reaction if the final shot of the show after Jon leaves with the wildlings is like a White Walker's foot comes into frame?
No, no.
I don't know, man. After
I
the
was
whole,
like, I don't know if that's gonna fucking happen.
I heard some people like texting me last night. They're like, "Oh, I was really hoping that Daenerys would come back and be like the Ice Queen." I'm like, no. I
people are
instantly
still grasping.
I respect you less for having texted me that.
Yeah, they're still grasping for stuff.
I thought the throne melting was cool.
I do too.
I
I
did
thought it
too.
looked really good.
Yeah.
It's
It's
interesting
almost
that
like they actually melted metal or rock and poured it on the floor.
it's interesting that the dragon decided to burn that, and I guess it's kind of like a message of this throne caused all of this death and destruction.
Dragon broke the wheel.
There's two analyses of that I've read. One is that Drogon saw her dead, saw Jon, but then made the decision that it wasn't Jon that killed her. It was her, quest to get this chair.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
this is the Game of Thrones is what killed her. So it blasted the throne. The other theory is that the dragon landed, saw that she had been stabbed, and goes, "That's a pointy thing. There's that pointy
what I
thing
was
killed her." And then
Where did this pointy thing come from? Maybe all the pile of pointy things over
two
there.
philosophies there
Yeah.
on Drogon.
I'm gonna go with the pointy theory.
No, they do say that dragons are super smart, though.
No, I think
whole-
it was,
yeah.
I think it was the point of like the dragon. Also, the dragon is like, honestly, it's the dominant thing in that whole show. It's like, fucking make the dragon king, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everyone else just obviously pales in comparison to that.
I'm
thing.
surprised that the Bran thing never paid off in a bigger way. He could have controlled the dragon at any point. He
and
didn't
they
do shit.
never explained what he was doing at Winterfell. He was warged out the whole time.
What do you mean in Winterfell? They never explained what he was doing anywhere
Period.
ever. He just became this
Also, why would he become king at King's Landing when all of his power derives from weirwoods, which are no longer existent in the south? There are only
you can import
weirwoods
those.
in the north. What's that?
You can import those.
You
easily.
cannot import those. They were all set up by the children of the forest, who are long dead. It's like he has no power. He can't be the three-eyed raven in the south. He shouldn't be able to be the three-eyed raven in the south.
I'm sure he can.
Yeah, because like,
He
what
did
would
say
he
he was-
touch? What would he like hold on to?
He said he was going to go find Drogon, like so that.
Why didn't you just do it there? Why do you have to be wheeled off? You could
Because
just
he
be
can't
like,
do it.
He has to go find a heart tree.
Let's go and do the eye thing with it. I don't know,
One of
man.
these-
Is there anybody who heard that when they made Bran king? Anybody who went, "Thank God"? Is there anybody who was
Well, who did
holding
you
out?
want though?
What?
Who did you want?
From that group? Who would you have chose?
Jon Snow?
I mean, probably at that point, or nobody. Like even the thing they did, like this weird, stupid meta fake out with Sam, where he's like, "Well, what if instead of we decide, we let the people who are going to be ruled by this person decide?" And I was like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Okay, so you guys are as bad or worse than anyone else who sat in these chairs before."
I think that's the point. Like the wheel was not broken. The wheel has
It's still a game.
continued, right? It's still just going to continue. I think that the episode, I think things returned to a sense of normalcy too quickly, in my opinion.
Oh, I got a great example of that.
But yeah, I think it was just everything's just happening all over again.
Like, what is the fucking conversation? It was two things that I think the whole episode could have done without. One, the council where they elected a king, fucking weird. And then the other one was when they had the small council, Tyrion's hands council.
Yeah.
When they all came in, they all sat down. I like all of those characters individually. It made that whole thing made no fucking sense. Even to the point where Bran comes in, he goes, "You don't have a master of whispers." It's like, motherfucker, you can see everything. What are we gonna do? We're
And
gonna
all the way back in time.
right.
Also,
Why do you need a master of
Possess
whispers?
people in the past.
Would have been great if Hodor lived. He could have been the master of whispers.
and why is Bronn still there?
Okay,
Where
this
the
is what I'm
fuck did
saying.
he come from?
This is the thing. He has High Garden now.
Right.
Because remember that weird scene where he came in with the crossbow and
Yeah.
threatened Jamie?
That was the worst.
That was
The worst flip. It was like,
shoehorned.
way to make the fan loved character a prick.
But then he
right
went
at the
back.
end.
He went back to the old
Kinda like
Braun
Daenerys.
in the scene.
Well,
Right. Yeah, it's like if he had taken High Garden, fine. But why would he want to be Master of Coin? It doesn't make sense.
Here's what doesn't make any sense to me about that, which just goes they were so anxious to go back to the way things were. They have that whole discussion with Braun as Master of Coin, saying, "Is our debts to you paid?" He goes, "I would say yes, they are." And then Tyrion's like, "Great, because we have more debts. We're going to need money from you in order to pay the thing." It's like they were just going back to the old relationship of whoever owns Highgarden has a bunch of money. Braun has no fucking money. He has nothing.
Right.
And the Tyrells had money.
Yeah, but they had
and the
from that-
Lannisters took it all last season.
But they got the money because
And they gave
of
it to
the
the
land.
Iron. They gave it to the Iron Bank. They was all gone. So there's literally no money in Highgarden.
But they got their money from the land and how rich the land was.
But what are they going to do?
So Bronn just oversees all the peasants who are toiling away and taking all their money.
So he suddenly has these huge coffers built up that he can fund the rest of the kingdom instantaneously.
I think Master of Coin had changed. I think it's supposed to be the kingdom's coffers, not the position's coffers.
All I'm saying is that, I'm saying the Highgarden was the seat of all that all along, but then they just basically pillaged all of Highgarden last season. And then the dragons came and burned all those fucking wagons.
Yeah.
Took all the food, took all the gold.
Maybe he found all the melted gold.
Maybe that. Well, I don't think the gold got burned because I think they paid the Iron Bank.
Oh, right.
Because then they could hire the Sun Company because they'd paid the Iron Bank back.
I made a tweet after it ended because I was
Golden
just like,
Company.
What did I say? Sun Company? Yeah, Golden Company.
I was just thankful for the show having existed. Like it brought a lot of people together to talk about the show and watch the show together. and
I
all
agree with
stuff. Overall, it was a great show.
Fantastic.
Overall, great show.
Yes.
A lot of people thought that was praise of the final season, but I mean, I'm as iffy on it as everyone else who's been watching it the whole time.
I thought it was fine.
You
thought the
said,
final episode was better than the previous one.
Gus, you said in the discussion a few weeks ago, you said ending TV shows is hard.
Yeah.
And it is, especially really popular, long-running series. They're difficult to end.
The one I think about a lot, the finale I think about a lot when I think about a TV show ending is The Sopranos. When the final episode aired, I thought it was great. I loved
too.
it. We talked about this extensively at the time. I think the collective reaction was that it was terrible and awful and everyone hated it.
Yes.
But now here we are, 10 years on? And people look back on it and say, that was a great ending.
Yep.
It's like you don't have perspective in the moment. Sometimes you need to step away from it for a bit to digest it all and think about how it really came together.
And do you remember what it was, too, that people were really upset about at the end of Sopranos? It was they wanted Tony to either get killed, put in jail, or get away definitively.
Right.
And it's like, it doesn't
that.
work that
Yeah.
way. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. So it was about people's expectations for the character that they were really upset about. And I think that's the thing on Game of Thrones, too.
Yeah, people had expectations for all these characters.
Right. And you can't really have expectations for character. I think you can for plot.
I think I was guilty of that in the last episode. I was kind of frustrated with Cersei, and I talked about it last week on the podcast, but just her death was very unsatisfactory to me. And then I realized looking back is like I had these expectations of these characters and how they were going to end up. And it's just unrealistic.
I also feel like it was cool to see their bodies in the rubble. Like that was a little bit of extra sort of like, that's kind of cool actually, because you see them dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to what we talked about last week, where it's like, there's no fake out. It's definitive.
Yeah.
They're definitely dead. There are the bodies.
Yeah.
I loved all the perfectly sized and placed bricks in that scene. I was like, okay.
It's like you see the hand, and Tyrion knows exactly where the head is in relation to that.
Well, the bricks wouldn't change shape, right? Okay, I thought the same thing. It's
I
like,
thought there would be
this
like bigger piece of rubble mixed in there.
Like maybe some bricks stuck together. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Did Bran get final sign off on his
did
name?
Nothing. Bran the Broken.
They kept saying it, and he just didn't react to it. It's like it's kind of a shitty name.
It's absolutely a shitty name.
I love the meme being like, guys, what how about Bran the no dick work?
Or like, I mean, they think about the other brands that are great in like the story, right? It's like Bran the Builder. I can't think of any others, but I think of that, right? It's
Raisin
like
Bran.
it conveys like all these like grand ideas about things that they have done and they've accomplished.
Was Ned's dad Brandon?
Ned's dad, his brother was Brandon.
God, that character drives me fucking insane.
Bran.
He did nothing the entire series. It's like he's like your friend who goes to Burning Man and then comes back and tells you how enlightened they are. And it's like, well, if you have so much fucking wisdom, why don't you just tell me like, what did you learn in Burning Man? Like, no, you just have to go. You
and
don't
you're like,
know.
cool, you want to be king?
Well, he had that really cocky response where they were like, "Would you be king?" And he's like, why do you think I traveled all this way? Like, oh, fuck you.
Fuck you. I had the same reaction. Because last episode, they go like, well, you're the Lord of Winterfell now. He goes, and he goes, no, I'm not. And they said, you don't want it? He goes, I don't really want anymore. And then like an episode later, it's like, you want to be king? Oh, why the fuck do you think I'm here?
That's when his sunglasses come down. Thug life.
Yeah.
It was cool to see, what's the kid from the Vale?
Robin Aaron?
What's that?
Robin Aaron?
Robin Aaron, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of comments saying he like glowed up. He's still weird looking to me though.
Well, he was a character that was like Joffrey.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was meant to be grating and on your nerves the entire time, and that kid nailed it, dude.
Sure did.
Plus, he probably went from like 10 to 17 or something.
Yeah, I guess so. When was the last season we saw him?
Oh, we saw him briefly in 4, I think.
Was he sucking on a fake tit? He must have, right? You can't just suck another actress's tit.
I mean, you could
Probably.
suck on it, but whether you get anything out of there.
But I'm
is
saying
another
from
thing.
I'm
I think he's saying from like a labor
I'm saying, like,
standpoint.
I'm not wondering whether the actor was drinking in the take. I mean, like,
It's like if you showed up to set, Barbara, we're like, okay, we're filming a scene today. We're going to have this 10-year-old child actor suckle at your breast.
You would ask for
Yeah,
you'd
okay,
ask for a standing boob.
yeah. I mean,
you wouldn't be like, well, I got nothing going on. Hold on. No, I got no milk.
No, it was visible. Like it was
Yeah.
visible. He was clamped on.
Damn.
Yeah. He had latched.
It must have been a fake one. There's got to be child labor laws that prevent foreign
Or
tit
just
sucking.
like pedophilia. Right?
It's like, I'm not a pedophile. We're filming a movie.
Yeah.
Exactly right. It's not pedophilia. It's Hollywood.
God.
I will say for the characters though, Jon Snow, I never really identified with the guy. I thought he was like always like one of these reluctant
I
heroes.
don't want it.
Yeah, the entire time, and he stayed that way the entire time pretty much, even after he learned like he had this big lineage. To me, it was like exactly what I expected. Daenerys was surprising, but I thought totally in character. My favorite character was Jaime Lannister, and he did not at all get the ending that I wanted to get, but then I just realized he was just a toxic person or in a toxic state of mind. With this
You didn't realize
relationship.
that when he raped his sister?
Was Cersei one? What?
What?
No, I'm saying, I know, I realized that, but I thought, I was one of those people was like, oh, he's got a redemption.
Yeah,
and
you thought he had overcome it.
No, and he didn't. And that's okay. And it's like, I was disappointed that he didn't, but it's still his character.
I think the most consistent character through the whole show was Varys.
I think so too.
For the good of the realm, all the time.
Littlefinger
up to
was
his-
consistent, but in not a great way.
Yeah. I mean, his character was just had to flop all over the place, and it was hard to tell
Yeah.
what he was ever up to. But Varys was always just like, I want the best for the realm.
Who had the biggest arc?
Biggest arc.
Probably the bell tower.
I think Arya would be
Arya.
arguable, but I think it's Sansa.
Sansa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sansa, had a good
Sansa
one.
for sure.
I also like Bran.
Brienne of Tarth?
Yeah.
How is she different though? I did like she was King's Guard. That was cool.
Yeah.
Did they say that, or did they just
No,
like,
they just implied
yeah.
it with her writing in that
That's what-
book.
Did they ever? Oh, they did show. They did previously show the book. I was wondering if we'd ever seen it before. But yeah, we'd seen it before
Yeah,
when
but
Jamie looked at it.
I think he may have even talked to Brienne about it, maybe like how he would be remembered in that book in particular, because that's like and it was like weird because that was the only character I feel like they went back to and gave closure to after the fact.
What is going to happen with the Unsullied? They're all going to sail off and die.
To Noth,
They're all going to die without kids, and that's it.
Well, what
right?
what happened to the Dothraki?
I think the Unsullied just kind of took him along for the ride.
Did they? Because like we saw a couple of them on the docks when the Unsullied were getting on a boat, but it's never like, all right, Dothraki, get on, or
I don't know if I'd worry about the Dothraki. Apparently, you can like kill them down to like 2 or 3, and then they multiply like rabbits and turn back into 180 people.
yeah, I thought after
What
the Battle of
happened there?
Winterfell they were gone. It was like, oh, the Dothraki are just gone.
That's what I felt.
A lot of people are saying Theon for biggest arc or best arc.
Yeah, Theon had a really good
He had a
arc.
redemption
He went
arc,
through a
for
lot
sure.
of the same stuff Sansa did too.
Coolest death, probably not visually, but to be killed by the Night King is cool.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of like
best death was Viserys though.
The Golden Crown.
Oh.
No, I would say Pedro Pascal. What's his name?
Oh, that's a good one. Oberyn Martell.
yeah, that was,
Oberyn
that was an
Martell.
amazing one.
Yeah.
One of the few Americans in the show.
Is it true?
I mean, you got Aquaman, you got Tyrion, and you got him. But who else?
Pedro Pascal. He's American.
Isn't he?
I thought he was Spanish.
I see. I would have
Assume it's-
assumed that he was Spanish as
I
well.
thought
Did you see that
he's
video?
Chilean.
But was he born there?
Born in Santiago, Chile.
Oh shit.
Did you see that video on social media of the guy who plays Jaime Lannister answering some question on Twitter,
Morgan Heckengard.
talking about wanting to be an anteater?
No.
Did you guys see that?
No.
Okay. Someone needs to look this up. It's the most awkward, weird video, and I don't understand why his response was the way it was. Can't really explain it until you see it.
Well, he's Danish,
Yes.
right? Who
Which
else is
I did not
Danish?
realize.
Tormund? Maybe.
Who?
So you think it was a translation thing, maybe?
No, it was.
Mads
He
Mikkelsen.
basically was answering a question on Twitter about being some type of warg, and his answer was that he would want to be an anteater. But the way it's, I can't explain it until you see it.
have to
Okay,
watch this
we'll wait
video.
and see it. Maybe we can play it during the post.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a really bad job of explaining
Mads
this.
Mikkelsen and Viggo Mortensen are both.
But somebody else on the
Danish as
show, I
well.
thought was.
Oh,
Okay.
You just listed
I
Danish
hate.
people?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll bring this up. How is Thormund?
oh,
How come so many-
Euron.
Tormund Giants?
Euron. That's it. Euron is Danish as well. So Jamie and Euron are both Danish.
I thought Tormund was like Icelandic or something.
No, but Tormund, I don't understand the character Tormund, the fictional character in the show.
Yeah.
He seems to be, for most of the women I know, like one of their favorite characters, but he seems to me like a guy they would hate to know in real life. Like they really liked his relationship with Bran. He's basically a fucking stalker, right? He will not leave her. He won't leave her alone. Every time she's in the room, he's hitting on her constantly.
Oh, I
He's
think
from
about that
Beyond
all
the
the time.
Wall. I mean, you might think he's verging on being a savage.
Well, that's what
like the
everybody said. That's what
Dothraki.
I see. I see like people on Twitter going, "Oh, he's so great. He lets his intentions be known." I'm like, "Yeah, well, good luck with your fucking stalker enabling, asshole."
But then when she said she was, or when he noticed he wasn't interested, or that she was interested in Jamie, he kind of backed off
Yeah, he
and
cried.
That's
looked
like
at-
8 months.
Yeah.
When she ends up with somebody else. He also threatened to kill Jamie passively when he told the story about like killing a giant in front of Jamie.
He
Like,
also
he's trying to
really
intimidate
likes
him.
goat's milk flowing through his beard, which is really hard to watch.
He went all in.
He was
a great character.
great, dude.
Yeah.
He
Eric, I
was
just
great.
sent you the link to the
I was-
video.
I was genuinely happy to see him.
I was going to say I was happy to see him at Castle Black.
I really was.
yeah, I thought
Yeah.
we were not going to see him again.
By the way, I predicted last week that Arya would not be in this episode, that we had seen
Norwegian.
her finale.
Right.
You know, that we've seen her final thing riding off on that horse.
Yeah.
I was wrong, and I wish I was right, because I don't know what the fuck Arya Stark did in that last episode.
I was worried for a second because when she was in the crowd of Unsullied and she was watching Jon up on the dais with Daenerys, it made me think of when she watched Ned Stark get beheaded.
Yes.
Where she's in the crowd and she sees someone she cares about in the distance, and if something were to happen, she could not get there in time to save them.
I agree
'Cause,
with that.
Like when she watched Ned Stark get beheaded, she wanted to try to run, but the guy from the Night's Watch kind of stopped her and held her back.
And by the way, of all the stuff we even talked about this with like the Night King problem with Arya, literally coming out of nowhere on him. There was a moment in this episode where Jon and Daenerys were talking. Daenerys walks away, and then Arya is like right there.
Yeah.
That was well done. That I was like, wow, she just like crept up and like was right there all of a sudden. We saw the distance she traveled. I almost wish that was the first time she appeared in the episode, where she just like boom, and all of a sudden she's there.
It's like that bit in The Office where Dwight sees Angela behind him. You know
And
what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know the
Just
one.
makes him jump.
No.
And what
Yeah.
happened to her horse anyway? It
No, that was gone immediately, wasn't it?
was like she rode off on it, and then she was still in the city, not on it.
She's wandering the city.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. Oh, here's
Everyone
the-
wanted.
Can we see it?
Is
Can we
this
hear
the
it?
thing?
If I was a warg, what animal would I turn into?
You can definitely hear his accent more when he's not
It's
a
easy.
character.
I would be. I would obviously become a ant eater.
Is he just reading? Is that what's happening? I think he's just reading.
No.
That's a good answer.
He's really funny. He does, and he's really good at.
I love
English
that man.
accents.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well, it's about time to wrap this up.
All right. Game of Thrones, great run.
It's it almost got as popular as the RT podcast. I'm happy that we held on to our crown.
Right.
Game of Thrones came close, but not quite.
Shout out to Hot Pies. Adventure of the
We
Top
should have had
Gun.
hot pies. Oh, we had steaks. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching the Rooster Teeth podcast. If you like this video, might I suggest some more videos. Where would you possibly find those videos? Why, right below. And then if you like the content, then maybe you should subscribe to this channel. And you should also like this video as well.
Here's what I say. Even if you didn't like it anyway.
Just do it.
Subscribe it. So special. What's